question a lot. It's if you own a TV, you have to have a TV license. And it's not true. I personally have a TV in every room of my house, apart from the toilet, but I'm working on that, just got to persuade the missus. And it's not a problem. I haven't had a telly license for nearly 10 years now. The TV license isn't based on what equipment you have. It isn't based on if you own TVs or not. The TV license rules are based on what you use your TVs to do. So if you use your TVs to watch anything as it's being broadcast or to access BBC iPlayer, you do need a TV license. But if, like me, you don't watch anything as it's being broadcast and you don't use BBC iPlayer, you do not need a television license to use your TV. And you can still watch probably 90% of the stuff you'd watched anyway without a telly license. You can still watch all your stuff on ITV using ITV Hub. You can still watch all the Channel 4 stuff on All 4 or More 4, whatever it's called now, their streaming service. You've still got all the Channel 5 stuff on My 5. You can own and use a TV without a TV license? Well, I'm going to answer that for you now. Now, this is one of the most common questions we get, either on the website here, tvlicensestop.co.uk, or on our YouTube channel, or on my personal YouTube channel, ChilliJonCarne. Maybe you've seen me on there. If you haven't, go and have a look. But we get this question a lot. It's if you own a TV, you have to have a TV license. And it's not true. I personally have a TV in every room of my house, apart from the toilet, but I'm working on that, just got to persuade the missus. And it's not a problem. I haven't had a telly license for nearly 10 years now. The TV license isn't based on what equipment you have. It isn't based on if you own TVs or not. The TV license rules are based on what you use your TVs to do. So if you use your TVs to watch anything as it's being broadcast or to access BBC iPlayer, you do need a TV license. But if, like me, you don't watch anything as it's being broadcast and you don't use BBC iPlayer, you do not need a television license to use your TV. And you can still watch probably 90% of the stuff you'd watched anyway without a telly license. You can still watch all your stuff on ITV using ITV Hub. You can still watch all the Channel 4 stuff on All 4 or More 4, whatever it's called now, their streaming service. You've still got all the Channel 5 stuff on My 5. You can watch Sky stuff using Now TV. You can watch Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, Discovery Plus. It doesn't end. All that stuff you can watch on your telly properly and legally without having a TV license. You don't have to worry about owning a telly because it's not true. It's just a myth that goes around. I mean, maybe it was a thing many, many years ago, but it's not a thing anymore. The license is based on what you use your TV to do, not if you own one. So you don't worry about it. Hi, it's John again with TV License Stop, and I'm here answering some more of your TV license questions. And today's question is, hi John, I wish to cancel my TV license and have watched a lot of your videos which are very informative. Thank you very much. However, I'm still a little confused. I'm happy to cancel the same way as you advocate as they already have my details as I currently pay by direct debit. So I believe he's talking about completing the no license needed form there, as I advise some people to do if they already have your details. It doesn't matter about doing it because you're not telling them anything they don't already know. So my question is, what do I do first on their website? Do I cancel my license and then request the refund, followed by declaring that I no longer need a license in that order? If not, please advise. Also, I noticed they request you do not cancel your direct debit as they do this for you. I don't understand this, as you can get your refund in the form of a cheque. So why not cancel my direct debit to stop them taking any more? Kind regards, Rob. Hi Rob, thanks for your question. It's great that you're going to cancel your television license, and yeah, as they already know your details, it's not hurting by completing the no license needed declaration. They already have your details anyway, and this way you go on the numbers, on the statistics of people who do not require a television license, and that's the number we need to get as big as possible so that we've got some ammunition in this fight. The only thing is, if they didn't have your details, if you're getting letters addressed to the occupier, I'd say don't do that, just blank them, but that's not important on this one. So first thing to do, cancel the direct debit. The very first thing you do, get that direct debit cancelled. Because even after you've let them know you no longer require a license, they are prone to having the odd administration error that means they keep billing you. So the very first thing to do, cancel the direct debit. If you're due a refund, like you say, they can send it in a cheque or another manner. So yeah, first thing to do, cancel that. And then don't muck about cancelling and applying for a refund and all that. Phone them up. just phone them up. The phone people generally are pretty helpful. I don't hear many complaints about the people on the phone. Generally, they're pretty helpful. You know, they work in a big call centre and they're getting phone calls all day long and they have targets to hit. Call centres have these big boards up with the amount of incoming calls and calls answered and all this. And each user has a target to hit. So they don't want to muck about. They're not going to give you too much of a hard sell. They just need to process you and get on to the next call. So don't worry about phoning them. Generally, they're pretty helpful and they'll process any refund that you're due there and complete your no license needed form and everything for you there. And then you should get an email or posted letter informing you that it's all done and that they'll be contacting you in 2 years. Although I would take that 2 years thing from them not contacting you about it with a bit of a pinch of salt, because they have been known to continue to send the stupid threatening letters like if you were properly unlicensed through, which is absolute nonsense. But they just want you to pay for a license. They don't care. Their internal systems, they're not interested in. All they want is your money. But yeah, do the no license need and just phone them up. They are pretty helpful on the phone and they'll process your refund and everything for you there. All right. So I hope that's helped you, Rob, and I hope anyone else watching might have got a little bit of help from that as well. If you have a question for me, you'll find out how to send it to me in the links down below. And you never know, you might get one of these little videos just answering your question just for you. Well, and anyone else that's watching as well, obviously. So you go and do that, and I will see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching. Hi, John here again from TV License Stop, and I'm back answering another of your TV license questions. And today's question is, if I got the new Sky Glass streaming system and it didn't have any BBC content, can I stop my TV license? Thanks. Well, thank you for your question, and on my main channel where I do bigger videos, I have done a video about this. I'll put the link below. But the long and short of it is, without a television license, you can't watch or record anything as it's being broadcast or use BBC iPlayer. So it's not just BBC stations, so Sky One, Discovery Channel, whatever. If you're watching them as they're being broadcast, you do require a television license. Now you can switch to just streaming on demand, which I believe you can do on Sky Glass, but then it begs the question, why spend all that money on a Sky Glass subscription when you can get Now TV, which lets you stream on demand Sky stuff because it's owned by Sky, it's part of Sky, for a damn sight less money. It makes a bit more sense to do that rather than spending all the money on Sky Glass. But watch the other video, I'll put a link below, because it goes a bit more in depth into all this and lets you know really what you can and can't do with Sky Glass. Well, I hope that's answered your question, and I hope some other people watching may have found that interesting also. If you have a question for me, you'll find the links below of how to send your question over, and you never know, you might get one of these little videos just answering the question just for you. Well, and everyone else watching anyway. So you do that, and I will see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching. Now, it's another very common question that we get here at TV License Stop is, if I cancel my telly license, does that mean I can't listen to the radio as well? And no, it doesn't. The clue's in the title. It's called a television license. You can listen to all the radio you want. Digital stations, even BBC stations you can listen to where you'd want to. I'm not quite sure, but you can if you like, without a telly license. You listen to them in your car, listen to them at home, listen to them anywhere you like. Now, it does get a bit iffy if you're listening to them through Freeview, for instance, because then your telly has to be connected to the aerial and it has to be tuned in to get those radio stations on your telly. Now, you can listen to those without a TV license, but then your telly's tuned in to proper TV and you might be tempted to watch something you shouldn't be watching without a TV license. So I don't recommend that. Get a proper radio or use the radio app on your phone with a Bluetooth speaker around your house. Put some earphones in. Walk around, do your housework, listening to the radio. No problem at all. So, yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it? Even there are some channels on YouTube, for instance, like talk radio channels, that broadcast live pictures along with their radio broadcast. But they're radio stations. So at the moment, you can still even watch those on YouTube live without a telly license. Might change in the future. If it does, I will update you. But as it stands right now, you can watch those without a telly license. So listen to all the radio you want. Treat yourself. Hi, John here again with TV License Stop, and I'm going to answer some more of your TV license questions. And today's question is, hi there, my question is, am I able to record TV shows even if I'm not watching them live? Well, this is not going to be one of the longest videos I've ever made, because the answer is no. As it states on the TV licensing website, you can't watch or record anything as it's being broadcast without a television license. And that includes just pausing it for 10 minutes, you know, no, it's not live anymore. That's not a loophole. Recording it, watching it later, not a loophole. You can't watch or record anything as it's being shown on TV. But then why would you want anything that you can watch on TV? You can get on catch up anyway. So why would you want to record it? Just go to the catch up service and watch it. Unless, of course, it's a BBC show that you wanted to watch, in which case, sorry, you can't do that. So I hope that's answered your question. As I said, not the longest video ever. I could have got away with just saying no and ending the video there, but it would have been, what, 8 seconds long. So I had to pad it out a little bit. So I hope that's answered your question. I hope anyone out there watching might have got an answer to a question they didn't know they wanted to ask in the first place. Also, if you have a question for me, you'll find the links below about how to send it through. And you never know, you might get one of these little reply videos just for you, answering your question. Well, and anyone else that's watching also. And I will see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching. Hi, me again, and welcome to another episode of Ask Chilli, where I answer all of your TV license-based questions that you brilliant people send me through my website, tvlicensestop.co.uk. Now, one of the most common questions I've been getting the last couple of weeks is, where am I? Am I dead? Have I been kidnapped by Capita goons? All of that. No, I'm all right. I just had a couple of weeks off. You know, I didn't really have a lot to talk about with TV licensing, so I thought I'd take a couple of weeks off, enjoy some hobbies, spend some time with the missus. By hobbies, I mean drinking, obviously. Doing a bit of DIY. We're looking for a new house. I've been doing a bit on that. But I'm back now, and I'm going to try and do a video a day if I've got something worth talking about, so you guys can see me every day if you wanted to. Why you'd want to do that, I'm not quite sure. But many of you do watch me every day, and I love you for it, so thank you very much. Right, let's crack on with the first question. Hi, love the channel. I moved house and didn't move over my licence. Yes, I still pay it, but I do not watch any live TV or iPlayer, only Netflix, Disney and Prime. I am going to let them in the house, film them, let them play with the TV, see what they come up with. If they say, okay, all fine, you're not watching live broadcast, I can then ask them to cancel my TV licence. What do you reckon? Thanks, Lee. Well, Lee, if you have a licence, why would they want to come round and inspect your stuff anyway? You're not going to get one in because they're only sales agents, they want a commission. If you've already got a licence, they're not going to sell you a licence. They're not going to come to your house. You can phone them up and ask, they're not going to come to your house. They won't be interested. And if you don't have a licence, like you cancel, and one comes to your house, do not let them in. And it sounds like you know what you're doing and you're going to play a really straight game, and good for you, I'm proud of you, but never ever let them in, because you might be honest, but many of these inspectors are not very honest, and there's loads of evidence out there that they have stitched people up when they've been let into the houses. Never, ever, ever let them into your house. Ever, ever, ever. Don't do it. If you want to cancel your licence, you sound like you know what you're doing. Brilliant. That's fantastic. Great. Do it. I'm here if you need me for any other questions that you have. But promise me you'll never let them into your house, because I don't want to have to think of you getting stitched up by one of these people, mate. All right? Don't do it. Hi, John. I enjoy your vids. I saw an idea on another website the other day I thought was brilliant, but wanted to run it by you first. Send the goon letters back to them in an envelope, put a 1p stamp on it so they have to pay the rest to get their shitty letters back. Here's the address. Apologies if this was your idea. I have no idea where I saw it. It was months ago. But what I want to know is, should one delete one's own address in case they make it a mission to get a warrant on that address? Yeah, there's a few places that are suggesting doing something similar to that. My mate over on the Watching Observer 76 channel, you'll find him on YouTube somewhere, he got the address of the woman in charge of doing the letters and posted the address up and said, send all your shitty letters back to her. I don't see the point, personally. Why waste your time? Why waste your energy? Throw them in the bin. I don't see it. If you want to do it, do it. I don't condone it. I don't see it's necessary in the slightest. For me, just put the letters in the bin. Hi there, I own a PS4 and I'm after getting shows from the PlayStation Store. I wouldn't be streaming, I'd be buying them outright from the store, so can I watch them without a TV licence, like if I was buying them from, say, HMV, or would I still need one? Big fan, Andrew. Hi Andrew, thanks for the email, mate. And yeah, you can watch them all you want, as long as you're not watching TV as it's being broadcast, or using BBC iPlayer, watch pretty much whatever you want. If you're buying stuff, even if it's BBC shows, if you're buying them, you can watch them. You own them. You can watch them whenever you want. No problem, mate. Hi, John. Just watched your video, what you can and can't watch in less than 5 minutes. One thing is not quite clear. Can I watch clips on BBC's own YouTube channels as long as they're not broadcast live? Thanks, Susan. Hi, Susan. And yes, you can. Now, BBC's YouTube channel, you can watch all the clips they put on there, even the news ones if you want to. Why you'd want to, not quite sure, to be honest. But yes, you can. The only things you can't watch, as you know, are any TV as it's been broadcast or BBC iPlayer. Everything else is fair game. If you find BBC stuff on YouTube or on Netflix or on Amazon Prime, whatever, it's all fair game. You just can't watch it on iPlayer or anything as it's being broadcast. So yeah, enjoy. I watch all the Dragon's Den stuff on YouTube, like a bit of that, and the odd BBC News clip, but I don't make a point of it, and neither should you. Rubbish. Hi CJC. Just wanted to say thanks to your videos, I'm fighting the good fight. I was very close to caving after I received my big red envelope, but now it's in the bin. My question is, dealing with inspectors is one thing, but I've seen a fair amount of videos involving police and warrants based on no evidence. How would you deal with that situation? I understand police are there to make sure there's no breach of the peace and purely imitation tactics from TVL, but many officers insist it's a valid warrant and cooperate. If I found myself in this situation, could I still shut the door on them in a peaceful manner, or at this point should I allow them in? Many thanks, Johnny. Hi Johnny, thanks for your email, mate. Yeah, there are a few videos here on YouTube where the police have turned up with TV licence inspectors and as an intimidation tactic. You're right. But without a warrant, they are only there to prevent a breach of the peace. And if you follow the rules, as I've said, don't kick off, be polite, and just close the door. There's nothing the TV licence inspectors can do, and there's nothing the police can do. They're only there to prevent a breach of the peace. If you kick off, you've given them that, now you're in trouble. So don't do that. Now, if they turn up with a warrant, and it's a genuine warrant, and the police say it's a full-on warrant, there's not a lot you can do. You've got to open the door, got to let them in. You can still film it for your own security, but you've got to let them in. No, but it's very, very rare, and it's not something I would worry about. I get this question quite a lot, and honestly, it's nothing really to worry about. It's very, very rare, because to get a warrant, they have to produce some kind of evidence to prove that you're doing something wrong to be able to get a warrant. They're not just given out like sweets by the court. You have to have some legitimate evidence. So if you've turned a few away and slammed the door in their face, where is their legitimate evidence? Like, the odds of them getting a genuine warrant are slim. It can happen. It can happen. And if something like this does happen to you, my suggestion would be to pop over to the TV Licence Resistance Forum. Just type that into Google, and those guys on there know so much more than me about the legal side of things. They've been through it all. Some of them had some terrible journeys with TV licensing, and they will happily tell you their stories, and they will happily help you as much as they can. I've learned a lot from those guys. So if you do have any legal issues with it, and they come with warrants and things, that is the best place to go. That's where I would go to get the information to help you. So you can just go there directly. But honestly, I don't think it's anything big to worry about. It's very, very, very rare. Just don't give them any evidence. Shouldn't be a problem. Hi, in one of your videos you mentioned you use the Xiaomi Mi Box S. I'm not exactly IT literate. I've searched on Google to buy one, but I'm now more confused. E.g., I can't seem to find one with a UK plug. I don't know if I can access UK TV, YouTube channels, from the US or Asia. I'm not sure what to buy. I've cancelled my TV license, just installed broadband, but want to make sure I get the correct product. Your advice would be extremely helpful. Thank you for your videos and support for those of us who are or have been ripped off over the years. Regards, Gordon. Hi Gordon, yeah, the Mi Box S thing, bit of a difficult one because I don't think it was fully sold in the UK. I got mine from Amazon and it did come with a UK plug, but it also came with a European plug. Now, if you get one with a European plug, it will still work in the UK just fine, no problem at all. You just need an adapter thingy, don't you? But it will still set up as a UK one. When you turn it on, it asks you to set your region and all this stuff. And as soon as you tell it you're in the UK, you'll get the UK version of the App Store and all the Channel 4, Channel 5, the ITV hub, all of that will be in there. So it won't be a problem. So you can buy a foreign one, no problem. I would suggest you get it from Amazon. But if you're not that IT literate, they're not the most easy things in the world to work. I would probably suggest going a bit cheaper and getting the Amazon Fire TV stick. They do a 4K one or they do a standard HD one, which is about a tenner cheaper. I think they're only like $29.99 now. And I've got links below for all stuff like that. So take a look, because I've got, in the links below, there's a store, my Amazon store, and it's all the things I recommend you have. And you'll find the Mi Box S in there for the UK market, and you'll find the Fire Stick. So take a look. But if you're not that IT literate, the Fire Stick is an easier option to work. So unless you need the advanced stuff that the Mi Box does, like the 4K, and it's got a USB stick on the back so you can plug stuff directly into it if you download things like what I do. You know, if you don't need all of that, get the Fire Stick, be easier. But yeah, if you get one, let me know how you get on. And if you've got any questions with it, buzz me another email, I'll help you out. Hi, just cancelled my TV license today after your message back about YouTube Live and Twitch. Also, wanted to point out in regards to iPlayer being built into TVs that you can do what I have done, which is to block iPlayer from your router. So even if you go onto the Apple website, it can't load. Thanks for all your information, which has allowed me to be TV license free. James. Hi James, brilliant news that you cancelled. Brilliant, glad I could help. If you've got any more questions, you know where I am. With regards to blocking the BBC and the iPlayer through your router, yeah, it can be done. It can be done. But I'm quite IT literate and I would struggle to dial into my router and set that up. And many of my viewers are slightly older and that, and I think they would also struggle to do that. So it is an option, and if you know what you're doing, you can dial into your router and you can block the website and the IP address and all of that stuff from being able to be accessed through your internet connection. But it is a bit fiddly. I haven't done it because I can't be arsed with all of that, to be honest. I can't be bothered with it. But yeah, it is a thing, and if you want to send instructions on how to do it, I will happily share them with the people here, no problem at all. Hi John, years ago in the late 70s when I worked for the General Post Office Telecommunications Department, now BT, I was asked if I would like to drive the detector van as it was evenings and I was single. I don't know why being single would mean you're qualified to drive the detector van, although it is probably a woman repellent, I would imagine. I went for the interview and I asked, is it right you can tell if someone is using a telly upstairs at the back from their signal like in the TV ad? The guy pissed himself and said, no chance, we can't tell a bloody thing, we can only put the frighteners on people by making them think we are driving in their area. They were lying shits then, some things never change, you're doing a great job mate, John. Yeah, I don't think I need to say too much more about that. If that's genuine, I believe it. Yeah, funny. They are complete nonsense. I can't believe people actually fell for TV licence detector vans, but to be fair, they did market them well, and you know, a lot of people are naive to technology, especially back in the 70s, so you can understand how they got away with it. But bloody shocking, they couldn't get away with that today, could they? Greetings, my girlfriend uses Freeview and Catch Up from her TV and recorder. She has a TV licence and her Panasonic app on her phone lets her connect to her player from anywhere with a Wi-Fi connection to view content. Basically, she has full access to viewing and recording. Question. If my girlfriend comes to my flat where I do not have a TV licence and watches a movie, or we watch a movie together, can I get into trouble? It would be quite easy to cast it to a large screen. Thanks in advance. Regards, James. Just trying to do the right thing. Yeah, if she has a TV licence, she is allowed to watch stuff away from her home on her personal devices. The weird thing is these devices can't be plugged into the wall for power. Why that would matter, no idea at all. And you need to watch it on the screen of the device. So I can't really, I've asked them, I have asked TV licensing to clarify this for me, as usual. No reply. They never replied to me, I don't know why. But as I understand it, it has to be watched on the screen of the device. So you can't cast it to the bigger screen. But I think the rules for TV licensing were drawn up before the internet got cool. And you could do all these things. You know, they haven't caught up with the rules. And they want people to be confused because they want to sell you a license. Hi John, love your content. Can I watch a DVD of a program such as Doctor Who? Regards. Yeah, you can. If you get a DVD or you buy a movie to download, you own that movie, you own that TV show, it's yours. Even if it's BBC stuff, you own it, you can watch it as much as you like without a TV license. The only things you need a TV license for are to watch any TV channel as it's being broadcast or to use BBC iPlayer. Everything else, fair game, no problem. Enjoy your Doctor Who. David Tennant was the best one though, wasn't he? Hi John, great channel and content. I have a Virgin Media TiVo and I use it to access YouTube hubs and YouTube apps. We never use iPlayer or watch live TV, only catch up. I have to use the TiVo as my TV is too old to load new apps. Is this okay or could it be an issue? I'm in a Virgin Media contract that makes broadband cheaper if I have TV, even though I don't use or access live TV. Thanks and regards, Alan. Hi Alan. The important thing to remember is that the TV licence is based on whether you access TV as it's being broadcast or BBC iPlayer, not whether you have the ability to. So you can have all that equipment, and as long as you say you don't use those features, you don't need a TV license. If it was me, personally, I would spend the 20, 30 quid, I mean, you'd probably get one for a tenner second hand, on an Amazon Fire Stick and use that, and I'd shop around for a better broadband deal. You can't tell me you can't find a better broadband deal. You know, there's some really cheap ones out there. I use PlusNet, and they're an absolute bloody bargain, the deal I got from PlusNet. So it might be worth shopping about. You might save a couple of quid and take the drama away. But you don't have to worry. You don't have to do any of that. You're perfectly within your rights to have all the equipment as long as you choose not to use those features. It's absolutely fine. Just remember, if you do get a visit, do not let them in, because you will get stitched up for having that stuff. They won't have it. You'll get a fine. Something will go on. So never ever let them in. Don't admit to having it to anyone who knocks on your door. Hi CJC, I cancelled my TV licence. I got a letter yesterday. What should I do? Can you help? Thank you for your videos. Cheers, Phil. Right, let's have a little look at Phil's letter that he got. You have missed a payment on your TV licence, dear. His name. We're unable to take a payment for your TV licence from your account ending blah blah blah, as your direct debit has been cancelled, blah blah blah. Yeah, don't worry, Phil. All that is a letter saying you've stopped paying for our thing that we want you to buy. Can you please start paying for it again? That's all that is. Chuck it in the bin. You don't have to respond to their letters. There's no legal requirement for you to respond to their letters. They're trying to sell you a service. If you don't want the service, you can ignore them. It's no problem at all. You're probably going to get worse letters. They'll start coming with red titles, or they'll start saying things like, an inspector has been authorised to visit your property, things like that. And just ignore the lot of them. If you want to see what letters that you're going to expect to get, down below there's a playlist to TV licence letters. I try and make a video on as many of them as possible and break it down so you can see how not scary they are and the best way to deal with it. The only thing is, you may get a visit one day, and remember the rules of getting a visit. You know, if you do open the door, say, hello, who are you? They'll say, hi, are you Mr. blah, blah, blah. You say, enough of that, who are you? And as soon as they identify themselves as TV licensing, bang, shut the door. Don't say anything else. Just remember that, don't say anything else. So I think that's enough questions for today. If you have a question you want answering, you can find the details how to do that below. Look in the description and there'll be a bit that says how to contact me, and that will send me an email and they come directly to me and I will do my best to help you. Might take me a little while because I get hundreds a day and it's just me, and I've got a full-time job as well. So it takes me a little while. I'm well behind. I get hundreds and hundreds a day. Trying to get a bit of help to help me out with that. But I will get you, I promise. And maybe your question will feature in one of these videos, and that will, you know, help other people who might have had the same question as you. So I'll try and make these videos more regularly to try and keep you all updated. Speaking of other videos, I will see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Hi, John here again from TV Licence Stop, and I'm back answering another of your TV licence questions. And today's question is, just one thing need clarifying before I cancel the TV licence and Virgin TV. We have an Amazon Fire Stick. Can we use this without a licence? Well, thanks for your question, and the answer really depends on what you plan to use them for. I mean, I have a couple of Amazon Fire Sticks in the house and I use them on the TVs, and I don't require a television licence. On there I have ITV Hub, All 4, Demand 5, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, tons of stuff on there now. And I don't require a TV licence, but the simple rules apply. So if you watch or record anything as it's being broadcast or use BBC iPlayer, you require a television licence. And as long as you don't use your Fire Stick to do any of those things, you don't require a TV licence. The licence isn't based on what equipment you have. You can have all the equipment you want. It's based on what you use that equipment to do. So if you use your Fire Stick to watch or record any TV channel as it's being broadcast, or to access BBC iPlayer, you need a licence. Anything over than that, you can use it, crack on. And say, I've got a couple of them, I think they're great, and they're so cheap as well. They're brilliant, aren't they? So yeah, you do that and enjoy it. So I hope that's answered the question for you, and I hope some other people watching this may have found that useful as well. If you have a question for me, you will find out how to send it to me using the links below. And you never know, you might get one of these little videos just answering the question just for you. Leave your comments as well, and I will see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching. Hi, I'm John from TV Licence Stop, and I'm here today answering some more of your TV licence questions. And today's question is, can I watch streamed American football on Fox Sport? The American company says no involvement with British television companies at all. Or do I still have to walk to my brother's to watch said event because I don't own a TV? If there's nothing worth watching, why have one? And there is nothing worth watching from British content providers. Thanks, Andy. Hi Andy, thanks for your question. And this is one that affects my household personally as well, because my missus is Spanish. She likes a bit of Spanish TV. But the problem is, without a valid television licence, you can't watch or record anything as it's being broadcast. And that doesn't just mean the British TV channels, it's any international channel. What business that is of the BBC and TV licensing, I've got no idea whatsoever. Who are they to say you can't watch something from another country that's being broadcast live. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? So no, I'm sorry, you won't be able to watch the games live if they're being broadcast on Fox. It's not a loophole. It's a shame it's not a loophole, and it's ridiculous that it's not a loophole, but it's not a loophole. You can, however, watch them on catch-up after the fact, if you're able to do that. Although it's not the same as watching live, I understand that. So looks like you'll be buying your brother a few more beers and borrowing his telly a bit more often. I'm sorry about that, mate. So do you think this is as ridiculous a situation as me and probably Andy does now? Let me know in the comments below. And if you have a question you'd like answered, you might even get one of these little reply videos just for you. You'll find out how to contact me down below in the pinned description thingy. It's all down there, you'll find it. Go and do that, and I will see you in another video again soon. Thank you for watching. Now, a very common question that we receive here at TV License Stop is, can I watch foreign channels without a TV license? You know, they're coming from overseas, like we speak French or something and we want to watch live French telly, or we want to watch a live American broadcast. Can we watch that without a TV license? Because obviously it's not a UK-based channel, is it? And the answer, I'm afraid to say, is no. And I don't understand why it's a no, because what business is it of the BBC's if you want to watch something that's broadcast from another country? But the rules do state that without a TV license, you can't watch anything as it's being broadcast. And it doesn't matter where that broadcast originates from. It's one of the silliest rules of TV licensing. I mean, obviously there are quite a lot of silly rules with TV licensing, but this is one of the silliest ones. You know, if you want to watch a Spanish or a German or an American TV channel, what business is it of the BBC's? But sorry, in the UK, without a telly license, can't do it. Sorry. Hi, John here again from TV License Stop, and I'm back answering another of your TV license questions. And today's question is, I'm 66 and use Freeview channels only. I haven't watched BBC, ITV, Channel 4, Channel 5 for over a year. I never watched sport or live TV, but I am concerned that Freeview is something to do with the BBC. Can I cancel my licence? Thanks for your question, and Freeview is a bit of a tricky one really, because what you've got to remember is that without a TV licence, you can't watch or record anything as it's being broadcast or use BBC iPlayer. Now, you say don't watch anything live, so I'm guessing you mean like the news and things like that. But when they say live TV, they don't mean as it's happening right now, they mean as it's being broadcast. So you can't just avoid BBC channels and ITV and that, but still watch Discovery Channel as it's being broadcast, or Dave or Gold as it's being broadcast. You can't watch any TV channels, even foreign ones, as they're being broadcast without a TV licence. So you need to switch to catch-up services. Now, Freeview has Freeview Play, I think, doesn't it? But it needs the aerial to be in for that, as far as I'm aware. I haven't tested it, I haven't got one to be able to test it, as far as I'm aware. And it's a bit dodgy, because the TV has to be tuned in and everything to use those catch-up services. Now, you can use ITV Hub, you know, Channel 4 on demand, whatever it's called, all four, that's it. Demand 5, Discovery Plus, Netflix, all of those things without a television licence. But I would suggest the best way to do it is to get something like a 20 quid Amazon Fire Stick, something like that, and do it that way. Without a telly licence, you can't watch anything that's being broadcast, so you need to avoid Freeview, really. Freeview Play you can use for catch-up services and that, but say your telly has to be tuned in to Freeview to do that. That's a bit dodgy, I wouldn't recommend that. You can do that, I just would recommend that you didn't do that. So yeah, it's a bit of a tough one, but you can't watch Freeview, can't watch anything as it's being broadcast. Stick to the catch-up services only. So I hope that's answered your question, and I hope some other people watching this may have found that useful as well. If you have a question for me you'd like me to answer, you'll find out how to do that down below. And while you're down there, leave a comment for everyone as well. And I'll see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching. Hi, me again, and you might have noticed I've got 1 or 2 videos about the TV licence on my channel here, because that's what I do. And thanks to my Your TV Licence Questions Answered series that I do, I get flooded with questions from you guys. And it's great, and I love answering them, and I try and help everybody out as best I can. But I get the same few questions over and over again, so I thought I'd make this one video that I can point people towards to answer those most common questions. Let's go. If you have a TV, you must have a TV licence. Now this is a myth. I think it stems from the old rules where back in the day you did used to have a licence if you had a TV. That is not the case in 2020. You can own all the TVs that you want. You can have a wall of TVs. You can have a cinema in your basement if you like. It's absolutely fine. The license is based on whether you use your TV, your tablet, your laptop, your phone to watch TV as it's being broadcast, to record TV as it's being broadcast, or if you use BBC iPlayer. If you do either of those three things, you do need a TV license. But just owning a TV, you can have all the TVs you want. You don't have to have a TV license. Simple. So many people think that because you own a TV, you must have a TV license. That is not the case, not at all in 2020. If you watch the +1 channel or just pause live TV for 5 minutes, it's no longer live and you can watch it without a TV license. Sorry, this is also not the case. It's not about the TV being live. It's their wording is TV as it's being broadcast. So the +1 channel is being broadcast live. You know, it's just the same show that was being broadcast on a different channel an hour ago, but it's now on a new channel and is as being broadcast. So the +1 channel isn't a loophole, I'm afraid, sorry. If you pause TV for 5 minutes and then watch it, then it's not as being broadcast, is it? Good point. But the wording for the TV license says you can't watch or record TV as it's being broadcast, and pausing it technically is recording, so that's not a loophole either. It's a bloody shame, I'll give you that. It would have been a lovely loophole, but it's not the case, I'm sorry, you can't do that. You can watch stuff that you've previously recorded, either on Sky Plus or on a memory stick, a DVD, or even a VHS. Sorry, again, this is not the case. You can't watch or record TV as it's being broadcast. So even if you recorded these things when you had a TV license, if you don't have a TV license now, sorry, you can't watch them. So if my mum found one of her old VHSs from back in the day from when she used to record Coronation Street, if she didn't have a TV license, she wouldn't be able to watch that now, even though when she recorded it, she did have a TV license. That said, if you've bought DVDs of TV shows or movies, whatever, you can watch those. If they're proper purchased products, you didn't record them yourself. Even if it's BBC stuff, so say you've got a box set of Only Fools and Horses. You can watch that absolutely fine without a TV license because you've paid for the rights to own and watch that whenever you want. You have to remove your aerial or your Sky dish from your property. Now, you don't have to do that. You don't. On my house here, I have a TV aerial on the roof and I've got a Sky dish on the front. They've been there since I moved in. I don't use them. I can't be asked to pay for them to be removed. But I haven't had a TV license for going on 10 years, and it's perfectly legit to do that. What I would say is, if you don't have a TV license, then you've got no reason for these things to be connected to your TV. So if you've got a Sky dish connected to a Sky box plugged into your telly, why? You haven't got a TV license. You have no use for Sky TV. The same with the aerial lead. Just unplug it from the back of the telly. If you've got one of the sockets on the wall, buy a blanking plate, cover it up. If you haven't, you've just got the wire coming in, pull the wire out the back of the telly, take the end off, wrap it up, hide it against the wall somewhere, and you'll be legit. You've got no reason to use it if you don't have a TV license, but you don't have to go to the effort and the expense of removing them from your property, no, so don't worry about that, that's fine. Can I still have my cable or Sky subscription if I don't have a TV license, as long as I don't watch BBC and or Channel 4, whatever? No, sorry. There's absolutely no need to have a cable or Sky subscription. A lot of people say they only watch the on-demand services through that subscription package. Well, why? Because it's way more money than getting Now TV or Netflix. So just scrap it off and get yourself Now TV. Pop across to my website, tvlicencestop.co.uk. There's all the advice and help you need on there about Now TV and what you can and can't watch without a TV license. There's even some cheap ways to buy things on there. So if you've got a cable or a Sky subscription and you want to be TV license free, you don't want to pay them any money, get them cancelled. Get a Now TV box, watch your Sky channels. You can watch whatever you want on demand whenever you like. It's the future of television. No one watches live TV anymore anyway, come on. So yeah, that is the most common questions that I get asked on a more than daily basis from you guys out there. And I just wanted to answer them in one quick video so that I don't have to type everybody a reply every time. I can just give them the link to this quick little video and you can get the answers yourself. If you do have more questions, stick them in the comment section below. And if I don't type an answer or someone else doesn't, it might appear in the next episode of your TV license questions answered. Thanks for watching. Hi, it's John here from TV Licence Stop, here to answer some more of your TV licence questions. And today's question is, hi, I'm confused. We have just returned from France, so no TV licence anyway, and we only watch Amazon and Netflix. So should I ignore the letter, which is accompanying, or cooperate and provide all details of name, address, phone number, email address, via email or phone or letter? I get the impression you believe in providing no or minimum info. Great channel, keep up the good work with your efforts, very much appreciated to get rid of this unfair, overbearing, biased and outdated broadcasting company that should not bear the name British. Excellent work there, Brian, nicely put, mate. And you're right, I do say you should give absolute minimum info. Now, you've just come back from living in France, by the sounds of it, and you've got this letter, which I'll pop up on the screen now, and it's addressed to present occupier. Now, I've done a video on this letter specifically. You'll find the links below to my playlist of the TV licence letters. I've done this one. It's nothing to be worried about. It's an empty threat. They're saying you could be breaking the law, but they don't even know who you are. It says present occupier. They have no idea who you are. Now, what I would say to this one is bin it and tell them nothing. They don't know who you are. Keep it that way. You don't need to make contact with them. There's no rule saying you have to make contact with them. You know, it's just a subscription service. You don't have to tell Netflix you don't require Netflix. The only times I say is to let them know you no longer require a television license is if you've been at the address a while or you had, you know, a previous television license. They know who you are. So there's no harm in telling them. They already know who you are. But you're at a new property. They don't know who you are. Keep it that way. Just bin these letters. You might get a visit. Remember the rules of getting a visit. Open the door. Hello, who are you? I'm from TV License. No thanks. Shut the door. Don't talk to them, don't sign anything, just get the door shut, done. There's nothing more they can do. They'll never find out who you are that way. And, you know, you can go about your life not worrying about the BBC or paying you 159 quid a year. So, yeah, in your situation, I'd leave it as it is. Just bin the letters, just ignore them. But if you were in a similar situation and you've been in the house a while and you had a television licence and you've recently cancelled it, they already know who you are. So you may as well do the no licence needed exemption. Hope that answers your question. Now, if you have a question for me, you'll find the link below on how to send your question through. And you never know, you might get yourself a little personalised video response like this one. So you do that, leave your comments as well, hit the like button, all the stuff people on YouTube say at the end of their videos. And I'll see you in another video again soon. Can I watch live sport without a TV licence? Well, the answer to this one is a quick and easy no. And it's a very sad no as well, because what business is it of the BBC's if you want to watch sport that's not being broadcast on a BBC channel? It's none of their business, right? But for some reason, the UK law says that without a TV licence, you can't watch anything as it's being broadcast. And don't think it's a loophole like using a foreign channel, like if you want to watch football from a German channel or something like that. Or, for instance, you want to get like the F1 app so you can watch F1 live. No, you can't do it. It doesn't matter where the broadcast comes from, you can't watch anything live without a telly licence. And it's rubbish, frankly. It's a rubbish law, stupid. Hi, it's John again from tvlicencestop.co.uk, here answering some more of your TV licence questions. And today's question is, hi, with the help of your videos, I think I'm doing things right. However, I'm unsure if I can watch any BBC News items while using YouTube or the Update newsfeed installed on my phone or the other news app built into my iPad. I know never to watch anything live. Many thanks, Bridget. Yeah, spot on, Bridget. You can't watch the news as it's being broadcast from the BBC, Sky News, anybody, which is a shame, obviously, if you like the news. But there is some good news here. So all the clips that BBC News, Sky News, GB News, whatever, put onto YouTube, you can watch. Even the BBC stuff, it's fine to watch. You just can't watch it as it's being broadcast. So I happen to skip through some of the news clips. I use Sky News, GB News, and a little bit of BBC News just to see what they're up to. Most days, just hit the little clips and I watch them just to keep up to date. Because I couldn't imagine sitting down at 10 at night to watch the news anymore anyway. It seems a bit old-fashioned now, doesn't it, really? So yeah, you can do that. It's no problem at all. You can also use the BBC News app on your phone and you can watch the clips on there. You just can't watch it as it's being broadcast, and you can read all the news articles from the BBC, all stuff like that. You can even listen to all the radio you want without a television licence, even BBC stations. But if you do want to watch the full news broadcast, like the 9 o'clock news, 10 o'clock news, whenever it's on, I don't even know anymore. Mad, isn't it? You can use like ITV Hub or the All 4 app to watch their full news broadcasts every night just after they've been on. You can stream them on a catch-up service. That's also another good way to keep up with the news. Well, I hope that's answered the question for you, Bridget, and I hope some other people watching found that information useful as well. If you want to leave me a comment, you can do down below. If you have your own question and you'd like to try and get one of these little response videos made just for you, you'll find out how to contact me below in the pinned comment description thingy down there. So you go and do that, and I will see you in another video again soon. Thank you for watching. Hi, it's John from TV License Stop here again answering some more of your TV license questions. And today's question is, hi John, I'm hoping you can answer a question for me. I don't own a television and haven't done so for years, and after following you on YouTube, I know that to watch live TV a valid license is required. However, what about watching something that's live streamed that isn't on a recognised channel? I listen to radio 90% of the time, and on talk radio I like to watch my favourite presenter, James Whale, on Talk Radio TV, which broadcasts his show live to my mobile. Am I breaking the law by watching a radio station live? I'd love your help on this, and keep up the sterling work, Mick. Hi Mick, thanks for your question, and I've got some good news for you. You can watch that stuff. Now, the only things you can't watch as they're being broadcast is stuff from proper pucker TV channels. Now, if I go live on YouTube, you can watch it. You don't need a TV license. You can watch me as I'm being broadcast without a telly license. But if you go on Sky News on YouTube, you can watch that as it's being broadcast live. But you can't without a television license. You can't do that. So there's a sort of a difference there. Now, talk radio and that kind of falls into a grey area in there, but the clue is in the title. It's a television license, and on the TV license website it says that you can listen to all the radio you want without a television license, even BBC stations if that's your cup of tea. And talk radio is registered as a radio station, so even though they are broadcasting pictures live to your phone or on YouTube, wherever, you can watch that as it's being broadcast without a television license. As long as it's talk radio, you have to be careful. Like I say, it is a grey area, and it's easy to fall into the trap of accidentally watching GB News or Sky News live on YouTube. You've got to steer clear of that. But talk radio at the moment is fine. There is rumours of them going into doing something else which will make them a television channel. But that's all being worked out, and when I hear more about that, I will let you know, obviously. But at the moment, yeah, I watch a bit of talk radio here and there. I also watch a lot of other news stuff, but on catch-up, or the little clips on YouTube, things like that. But yeah, you like James Whale, not a big fan myself, but you can watch him all you like, you crack on and enjoy. So hopefully that's answered your question, and hopefully a few other people that are watching might have got the answer to a question they never knew they wanted to ask. But if you do have a question that you want to ask, you'll find the link below on how to do it, and you never know, you might even get one of these little personalised response videos just for your little question that we can help other people with. So you go and leave your comments down below and send me your questions, and I'll see you in another video again. Hi, it's me again, and I'm back answering some more of your TV license questions. And today's question is, hi, you say you can watch 90% of TV without a license, but how? Hi Dave, yeah, I do say that a lot in my videos, that you can probably watch. I always said probably, you know, like Carlsberg adverts, probably the best lager in the world, even though we all know it's bloody not. But I do say probably 90% of the TV you'd watch anyway without a license. I say probably because it depends how much BBC stuff you watched in the first place. If everything you watch was on BBC and you cancelled your telly license, you're going to be able to watch 0% of the telly you would have watched anyway. But I think most people, you know, it's going to be about 10% of their viewing, I would imagine. You know, with all the channels and all the streaming services, 10% of the viewing on BBC sounds about fair, doesn't it? So what you've got to remember is, without a television license, there's only two things you can't do. And that's watch anything as it's being broadcast, or use BBC iPlayer. That's it. Everything else you can watch. So everything that you watched on 3, you can still watch on 3. You just watch it through ITV Hub. It's all free of charge. It doesn't charge you for that. Dead easy to do. Everything you would watch on 4, you can still watch on 4. You just go to all 4 and you watch it free of charge on all 4. Stream it down whenever you want. Same with Channel 5. If you watch a lot of stuff on Sky, no problem. Now TV is Sky. It's cheaper than Sky, and you can stream anything you want whenever you want to watch it. It's dead simple, isn't it? You can watch Netflix, Discovery Plus, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, all of those things without a television license. The only thing you're going to miss out on is any BBC shows that you did watch, and obviously you can't watch anything as it's being broadcast. But broadcast TV is a dead duck anyway. I've said loads of times, I can't imagine going back to the old days when your favourite show was on Thursday nights at 9. I can't imagine doing it. I don't want to do that. I want to watch my favourite show whenever I want to watch it, on my phone or on the telly or on my tablet in bed, whatever. You know, broadcast TV is going away. It's not going to last much longer, I don't think. Everyone's streaming everything. And without a TV licence, you can watch probably 90% of the stuff that you would watch without a telly licence. You just can't watch the BBC stuff. Well, I hope that answered your question, Dave, and I hope that helped a few more people out there that are watching this video as well. If you've got a question for me, you will find the links below on how to send the question through to me, and you may very well get one of these little videos with me answering the question just for you. Well, it's not just for you, because I'm going to make it public so everyone else can see it, obviously. But yeah, if you've got a question, you'll find the links below, and have a look at some of my other stuff as well. I've got a main channel with loads more videos, longer, and bits and pieces on there, links below for that as well. So you go and look at that, and I'll see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching. Hi, it's me again, and I'm back answering another of your TV licence related questions. And today's question is, how can I watch TV without breaking the rules? Now, this is the most common question I get most of all. I get this hundreds of times a week, and it's dead simple to answer. Without a television licence, you can't watch or record anything as it's being broadcast. Now, a lot of people think that means live TV, like it's happening right now. No, it means a live broadcast. Anything as it's being broadcast. So pausing it for 5 minutes, that's not a loophole, because you were recording it as it was being broadcast. Watching a +1 channel, not a loophole, I'm very sorry, because although it's not, you know, the broadcast from that channel, it's on a different channel, separate channel, and the show is being shown as it's being broadcast. It's a different channel. Just because it was on an hour ago on that channel doesn't change the fact that it's now on this channel. So the +1s, they're not a loophole. I'm sorry. And the other thing you can't do is watch BBC iPlayer. Otherwise, everything else is fair game. Everything else is fair game. You can still watch all the shows you would normally watch on 3, 4 and 5 through their catch-up services. You can watch Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, HBO One if you can get that, whatever. You can watch all of those things. The only thing I would say is be careful if you're in ITV Hub or the channel 41, whatever it's called, 40D, isn't it? Because you can watch things live on there. There's a button that says watch now. You can't do that, but you can stream everything on demand. You can even watch BBC stuff. So if you find BBC stuff on Netflix, fair game. It's on Netflix, you've paid for Netflix, that's fine. And if you do the BBC streaming service, that BritBox thing that they're in with Channel 3 and Channel 4, you can watch anything on there you like without a television licence. I don't know why you'd want to pay for that, but if you choose to, that's up to you, isn't it? So hopefully that's answered your question. It's dead easy. Just can't watch anything that's been broadcast, and you can't use BBC iPlayer. Everything else is fair game. You want to watch the news? News is no problem at all. You can watch the 10 o'clock news on ITV Hub just after it's been shown. That's straight on there. Catch up on all the news on there. You can watch the BBC News clips through their app or on their website or on YouTube or Sky News on YouTube. You just can't use iPlayer to watch BBC News. That's it. Dead easy, isn't it? You can watch tons of stuff, and I don't know why more people don't do it. Broadcast TV is dying on its arse. Everyone streams everything now when they want. I can't imagine now going back to waiting for what, Thursday at 8 o'clock at night for my favourite show to come on, when I can just go bang, watch it whenever I want. Crazy, isn't it? And the more the world moves towards this way, the less chance they've got of selling any TV licence fees. Hey. So hopefully that's answered the question, and if anyone out there watching has got a question for me, you'll find the link below on how to ask me it, and maybe you'll get one of these little videos answering your question. So you go along and do that, and I will see you in another video again soon. Thank you for watching. Hi, John here from TV Licence Stop, and I'm back again answering some more of your TV licence questions. And today's question is, I received a letter saying I can be fined up to £1,000. What do I do about this? Yeah, if you don't have a TV licence, you're going to get a lot of letters. And pretty much all the letters will say you could be subject to a maximum fine of £1,000. Now, it's an empty threat because you don't need to have a television licence. There's no law saying you have to have a television licence. You can own a television and not need a licence, as I do. You know, I have several tellies, one in most of the rooms in the house. Don't have a telly license. I haven't had one for years. Don't need one. And I can still watch 90% of the stuff I would watch anyway. So as long as you're not watching any TV as it's being broadcast or using BBC iPlayer, you do not need a television license. Now, if they send you these letters, you can tell them that you don't require a television license by doing what we call a no license needed confirmation. You physically tell them you don't need a telly license. And that will cut down on most of these letters. Or, as is your right to do if you want to, you can blank them completely and throw the letters in the bin. There's nothing they can do. You don't have to contact them if you don't want to. They'll send you threatening letters. They're empty threats. If you are really worried about the letters, I've broken down most of the letters to show you how not scary they are. I'll put a link to a playlist below, and I bet you'll find your letter somewhere in that playlist, and I'll break it down for you there, and you will see how not scary it is. But don't worry about it. All the letters say that. You know, and as long as you're not doing anything you shouldn't be doing, you've got nothing at all to worry about. You don't have to have a television license. But yeah, take a look at the playlist I'll put below, because that will set your mind at ease and you will find your letter in there. I talk about it, I break it down, I let you know what it all means, and then I let you know just to throw it in the bin. So honestly, don't worry about it. All the letters say that, empty threat. So I hope that's answered the question for you, and also hope it's helped a few other people that might have stumbled across this video wondering the same thing themselves. If you have a question for me, you'll find out how to send me your question down below, and you never know, you might get one of these little videos just answering your question just for you. Well, and everyone else that's watching anyway. So I've got loads more videos on this channel, so go and take a look at those, and I will see you in another new video again soon. Thanks for watching. Hi, it's me again, and I'll tell you what I haven't done for a while, eh? And that's a video answering some of your questions that you send over to me, either in the comments below or through email. So I thought we'd come back to that, and I'd make a quick one today. And it's definitely not got something to do with it being a slow news day either. Just because I try and make one of these videos about the telly license every day, and I haven't found any good articles for a couple of days, does not mean that's the only reason I made this video. But it will help some people out. So let's have a look at some of the questions, shall we? Ed Straker in the comments says, I am thinking this Chilli guy is on the BBC payroll, as legitimate, sensible comments are getting blocked. God, that's one I've not heard for a while. When I first started doing this channel, everyone thought I was a BBC shill putting out misinformation. How many people do I have to convert to not paying the TV licence before people believe I don't work for the BBC? Do you think the BBC would employ me, an idiot, to do this? Or if I did this in my free time after working for the BBC, you think they wouldn't know and have sacked me from a job at the BBC? I do not work for the BBC. I work for a large American IT company, okay? That's what I do for a living. And that's why I have this gear and a green screen around. I do a lot of video calls, so it's no biggie for me to make these videos. That's how I managed to make so many of them. But yeah, anyway, as legitimate, sensible comments are getting blocked. I have heard this. I've been hearing this a lot. A lot of the comments are getting blocked, and YouTube automatically blocks words it thinks will be a bit dodgy, and it can put them into an approval section for me. I have to go in and manually approve them. But half the comments aren't in there. I'm hearing this a lot, and something happened on the channel as well a couple of months ago, because I lost thousands of subscribers, and then instead of getting like 100 a day or 50 to 100 a day I started getting minuses every day or 1 or 2 every day. Views, I was knocking out 50,000 views a video all day long. Most months I was getting 1 million views, or near 1 million views. Now, nowhere near that. Nowhere near that. So I don't know what's happened, but something's happened with the channel. It's YouTube's business, not mine. Shame though. John, love your channel. Here's another letter for you. Imagine my disappointment. I sat in all day today, the 9th of June, waiting for a goon to show. It's getting late now and I think they've stood me up. But then I read the letter again. It may be on the 9th of June or on another day. I guess I'll have to keep waiting. Keep up the good work, Colin. Let's have a quick look at Colin's letter. Yeah, so it's one of the standard ones. Will you be in on a certain date? And I think it's about 6-7 months ago, maybe a bit longer. These ones were really doing the rounds, these letters. God, there was huge amounts of them going around. And I was getting hundreds of emails a week from people who were getting these letters. And I followed up with as many people as I possibly could. And not one had a goon turn up on the date it said on the letter. It's a scary, empty threat. It's absolute nonsense. And I don't know how they get away with sending them. I really don't know how they get away with sending them. It's bad, isn't it? They never show up on the day. And why would they? If they told you the day they're coming, you'd either tell everyone in the house to not answer the door that day, or you go do a bit of shopping or go see some family for the day, wouldn't you, and let them knock on an empty house. It makes no sense. It's crazy. So yeah, I'm not surprised they didn't turn up on the 9th of June, mate. But thanks for your question anyway. Hi John, a few days ago I got a phone call. It was supposed to be from a sell your house company. He said, I'm sure you watch the news on BBC. Me? No, I don't watch BBC. Him? What did you say? Me? I don't watch BBC. Then I hung up. Do you think this is a sneaky way crap to get you to admit to watch the BBC? Seems dodgy to me, Steve from Rochdale. It does seem dodgy to me, but they do work with other people, like the meter readers we talked about on this channel. Meter readers can grass you up for your TV licence. So why would like a survey company not want in on that action? If they're conducting a survey anyway, or cold calling people or whatever, they can just ask about that and sell that information to Capita. That's probably what happens. It goes on a lot, doesn't it? The sale of information. So it could very well be that. I very much doubt it was TV licensing, cold calling people, pretending to be someone else and asking if you watch the television. I doubt that. It sounds it would be more like a survey company who are just tacking the questions on in order to sell that information to Capita. That's what it sounds like to me. Weird though. I want to declare no license needed but have been paying for it monthly. If I go ahead and declare no license needed, will I receive a bill for the remainder of the year owing? Thanks in advance, Chris. Oh, thanks for your email, Chris. And if you're paying monthly, I guess by direct debit, you probably are paying in advance. That tends to be how it works with direct debit. So if you cancel, say from today, you don't have to pay up for the rest of the year because you're not using a license for the rest of the year, are you? You don't need one anymore. But you've already paid a good few months in advance and you should get that back. So my advice would be, first things first, cancel your direct debit. Cancel it straight away. They tell you not to do it. Cancel it first because the amount of administration errors that they have and continue to bill you is outstanding. You wouldn't believe it. Cancel your direct debit first. Give them a call. Say you're cancelling. Say why you're cancelling if they ask. Say you know what you can and can't watch and you don't need their lecture. Just cancel it, please. And then make sure you ask about a refund. The people on the phone are pretty helpful. I don't hear many complaints about the phone people. They tend to be all right. It's the goons that are the problem. But that's a problem for future Chris because that may very well happen if you cancel your telly licence. But I'm sure you've watched this channel and you know what to do about them anyway. So I won't repeat my catchphrases here. But thanks for your email, Chris. That was interesting. Hello, I have no TV licence. Today I got a letter that says, you need to have a licence if you watch or stream live YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube. Has the rules changed since your last video 4 months ago? Thanks for a reply, Josiane. Now see, she's fallen for it, and this is the exact reason why they mentioned YouTube and Amazon Prime and Netflix and that on their letters. They mention it because people don't read it carefully. It says stream live on YouTube. So you can watch all the YouTube you want. You can watch me talking and stuff like that. Any videos, any content, any TV shows that you find on YouTube, you can watch fine. Streaming live is where they want to scare you away from using YouTube. Now, if I go live on YouTube, you can watch me. You know, that's no problem at all because I'm not a proper telly channel. But Sky News, for instance, has a YouTube channel and they stream their channel 24 hours a day. Now, without a telly license, you can't watch them because they are a proper TV channel. So you can watch Twitch streams and idiots like me going live, no problem at all. You just can't watch proper TV channels live. But they word it to scare you away from cancelling your telly licence because they want you to believe that you need a licence for all this stuff. So as long as you stay away from that, all the YouTube you want, no problems at all. Oh, blimey, a 4-part question. This should be a good one. 1. If I use a VPN to access the internet and watch a TV station that's in another country, do I need a TV licence? Yes. You can't watch or record anything as it's being broadcast from any television channel. Doesn't matter where it comes from. Be a British one, an American one, a Bulgarian one. It doesn't make a difference. If it's live TV, you need a licence to watch it in the UK no matter where it comes from. Most ridiculous rule ever, but that's their rules. Equally, how would I demonstrate that I don't watch live TV other than the above? You don't need to demonstrate anything. They need to prove you are. So I'm not condoning you watching something you shouldn't be watching without a television licence. But the only possible way they could know is when they knock on your door, one of the goons, and they ask you, and you say you are. If you say no thank you and you close the door and you don't say anything, you don't sign anything, It's not possible for them to know. How could they possibly know? They don't have detection equipment. And even if they did have detection equipment, think how many ways there are to watch television, and you're with the VPNs and everything. It's not possible to catch you. Not possible to catch you. You have to drop yourself in. If you don't talk to the goons, they wouldn't know. But I don't condone it. The government is already looking at changing the dynamics of how the BBC is paid for and the terms of subscription for compulsory TV licenses. What are your thoughts about this and the future of TV/computer licensing? Well, I do talk about that a lot on here, but I don't know what way it's going to go at the minute. I really hope it doesn't go the way of this compulsory media tax they're talking about. I don't see it, but there is a chance. I don't think the BBC will just go straight to subscription. How I would like to see it, as I've said a few times, is dump off all the BBC channels off the telly and just keep BBC One and BBC News, but make them commercial. And just show repeats on the BBC One all the time. And if you want to watch the premium stuff like tonight's EastEnders, it's not premium, I know, I'm using it as an example. You've got to pay for BBC Plus or iPlayer Plus, whatever they want to call it. Right? You pay for that, and then you can watch your EastEnders live. If you don't want to pay for that, you'll catch the omnibus on BBC One on the telly on a Sunday, chock full of adverts. That's how I'd like to see it. And then hopefully they could build that subscription service out. Instead of stop just targeting British people, they could get it as a global streaming service. Then the world is their marketplace. And think how many more customers they could get. I think that's the future. But what do we get in the interim while they build up to that? I don't think they need time to build up to that. The charter expires in 2027. They could tell the BBC today that in 2027, that's it, no more money for you. You crack on, do whatever you've got to do, and we'll help you out, but there's no more licence fees for you. They could do that today. But they won't. These chats are going for years and years and years and years. So they'll have to have another licence fee charter in order to get everything ready. I think that's what's going to happen. I hope it doesn't, but that would still be better than the compulsory media tax that goes on your pay slip or your council tax or whatever, because at the minute, the way it works is if you don't need live TV, you can opt out, can't you? How do you opt out if it becomes a tax? Is there any means by which I can turn off live broadcasts? Well, you can detune your telly. I've done that. My TV isn't tuned into anything because it doesn't need to be. I've got an Android TV. You turn it on, Android starts up. But, you know, I have ITV Hub and I have All 4 and Demand 5 on there, and those things are capable of accessing live broadcasts. I have Discovery Plus. There's live sport on there all the time. How would you stop that? I don't know. But remember, the license isn't based on what equipment you have. It isn't based on whether you can receive live broadcasts. The license fee is based on whether you choose to watch live broadcasts. So just don't watch them. My question concerns the watching of downloaded material, namely torrents. I understand the fact that watching downloaded stuff from iPlayer is not allowed. But what about watching BBC stuff that has been downloaded as a torrent? I get all my viewing from torrents. I can't remember the last time I watched an actual TV with just TV progs on it. Yeah, actually, I can't remember the last time I watched broadcast TV. It just seems old-fashioned now. Once you've moved away from it a bit, doesn't it seem old-fashioned? But yeah, anyway, let's talk about this. So, any BBC stuff you find on the internet that isn't on iPlayer, because Netflix has some BBC stuff on it. There's plenty of BBC stuff here on YouTube, you know, and you can watch that all you like without a telly license. The only BBC stuff you can't watch is it's being broadcast on BBC or on BBC iPlayer. Every other BBC show is fine. Torrents, if that's where you get them from, that's your choice. I can't condone that publicly on here, can I? Because that's not TV license fee issue, that's a copyright issue, which is a much bigger issue. So I can't possibly condone the use of downloading stuff through torrents, can I? Good evening. My husband has told me that the BBC are planning to put the TV licence as taxable. Is this true? And what can we do about it? We don't watch live TV and we refuse to pay for something that we don't use, want or need. It's absolutely disgusting. Well written there. Yvonne, couldn't have said that better myself. Yeah, it's not happened, but there's talks of it happening. I don't think it's the way it's going to go. But one of the options they're looking at to replace the television licence is a media tax. And we don't know if that will be tacked onto your council tax or to your broadband bill or just onto your payslip. But they want it to be paid per person rather than per household and make it a compulsory tax. That's all the information we have about it at the minute. Will it happen? Will it happen? I don't see it. I don't see it. But there is a possibility. And it'd be a shame if it is, because how the hell do you opt out of that? It's going to be a nightmare, isn't it, right? How do you opt out of that? At the minute, we can opt out, as you have. and as I have. If they make it a tax, no. But, you know, when more information comes out, I will let you know. I'll be the first person to let you know, don't worry. But we don't know a lot at the minute about it. Hello. Recently, we've been getting letters about needing a TV licence, and today we received a letter stating it's our last chance to get one or someone will visit. We live in a university student flat and everybody claims they have not watched anything live or on BBC. If someone had, do you think they had the right to look at internet history and stuff? What should we do? Well, it sounds like a letter I did a video about last week. Have a look in the letters playlist, you'll see it. It was the most recent one. And yeah, it's ridiculous. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. They're just nonsense letters. And the bonus for you is you live in a university student flat. So is that on campus? Because if that's on campus, the TV licence goons can't just turn up and come knock on your door. They have to apply for written permission from the university, which the university will not grant because they don't want some strange man walking about university campus, do they? So that won't happen. They won't visit. The odds of you getting a visit there, not going to happen. Now, are they allowed to look at your internet history and stuff? Why would you let them? Why would you let them? You know, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. And trust me, no one needs to be looking at my browser history. I know. Remember, if, like, say you're off campus and you're in a private rented flat with some other students, they possibly could come and knock on your door, right? Not because of this letter, just because if you're not licensed, they could. But the only way they could know you're doing something you shouldn't be doing is if you tell them. So if you open the door and they say, hi, I'm from TV licensing, you just go, no thanks, mate. Shut the door, done. That's it. Investigation over. They can't do anything else. They can't put their foot in the door. They can't knock all day. They can't barge their way in. They're not police. They're not bailiffs. They don't have any powers. They're door-to-door salesmen. Ignore them and they go away. That's it. So they're not going to look at your stuff. They're not going to come in your flat. If you live on campus, you're fine. You don't even have to worry about it. If you live off campus and you're in like privately rented student accommodation, possibly they could come. But no thanks, mate. Shut the door. Done. Easy. All right, I admit this video went on a bit longer than I was planning. I only picked out a few questions, but you know what I'm like, I just gas on, don't I? But hopefully that's helped the people that asked the questions and a few of you watching that got an answer to a question you never thought of asking yourself. You know, I hope I helped a few people out there. If you've got any questions, don't forget you can leave them in the comments below. If I don't answer them, we've got such a good community here. Someone will answer your question for you. I guarantee it. Everyone's quite friendly, you know. We don't get many horrible people down there. If you really need to ask me a question, then you'll find out how to contact me in the description. It says how to contact me. There's a little link. Follow that. I can't promise to get back to you or to feature you in one of these videos because you wouldn't believe how many emails I get. And I can't help everybody. I do have a full-time job and a missus and a dog. But I will do my best, all right? I promise you I'll do my best. So you think about doing all of that. Oh, and also, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And hopefully that will let you see me, well, if you want to, in another video again soon, won't it? Ta-da. Hi, it's me again, and I haven't done one of my videos where I answer your questions for quite a while, have I? Mostly because I've answered all your questions. They're all in my previous videos. All the information's there for you to get whenever you want. But I've got a few interesting comments here and a few people taking a piss out of me that we might get a laugh out of. Let's take a look. I like watching weird stuff. I recently watched a middle-aged pie eater talking about what he watches without a TV licence. But he did help me get rid of my BBC tax, so thank you, John. Jesus Christ, that stung. I'm not sure what stung the most. Middle-aged or pie eater? I'm not that fat, am I? I'll put on a bit. We've all put on a bit over bloody lockdown, surely. But middle-aged? Come on, I've still got my youthful good looks. God, that hurt. That hurt.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
This is a great video, but who did the captions? A dyslexic Stevie Wonder? Yeah, on my TV Licence Lies video, I'll put a link above, I didn't really proofread the cards in between each statement, mostly because I was drunk when I edited it. Oops. Lol, bruh. My iPhone is definitely listening to my conversations, like how the fuck is this popping up in my recommendation? After receiving a letter from the money 3 days ago, I only spoke to my mum about it and it wasn't over the phone. Thank you for the advice though. Thinking about it, I don't think I get called brah enough. I quite like it. But yeah, I think phones are listening to us as well. I've got a few examples of that, and I think they are. And that's why I won't have like one of them Amazon Alexas or whatever in my house. And on my iPhone, I've got Siri turned off because I don't trust them. I think you got it wrong saying if you watch live TV, you should have a license, because you only need a license if you watch BBC TV or any BBC programme on TV or app. This is not true. Okay, you need a TV license to watch or record anything as it's being broadcast, no matter where that broadcast comes from, even foreign channels coming into your house in the UK. You can't just avoid BBC stuff and then not need a license and you can carry on watching Channel 3 and Channel 4 and your Sky channels. It doesn't work like that. So many people think it does. It doesn't. You need a TV license to watch or record any broadcast channel. Yes, the BBC, but yes, ITV, yes, everything else. Sorry. Are you single? No, sorry Kane, been in a relationship with a Spanish girl for a few years now, and I've avoided getting sacked thus far and plan to avoid getting sacked going forward. Sorry. You're way too kind to them. They are rancid lie peddlers and fearmongers. Get rid. I don't know, I just don't see the point of kicking off and making a fuss and shouting and screaming on my own doorstep to a stranger. I don't see the point. I think this all stems from when my uncle was a traffic police officer years ago. And when I first got my licence, he said to me, look, if you ever get pulled over, whether you think it's your fault or not, do not kick off. Because it might just be a friendly warning all you were going to get. But you kicking off has made us want to find something wrong with your car to give you a fine. And I think he was right, because I've been stopped a few times and I've been very polite and nice to them. Don't particularly like traffic officers, but, you know, I've got quite nice treatment from them. And that's how I deal with other things in life, especially TV licence inspectors. I don't like them, don't like the job they're doing. Not a fan, I wouldn't want to drink with one in the pub. But they're doing a job to pay their mortgage or to feed their kids. No point kicking off when you can just close the door. And to me, that's a more powerful message. Well, shutting the door in someone's face, that's quite a powerful message. Don't know. We'll agree to disagree. A TV licence is less than the price of a pint of beer a week. The principle is wrong, I know, but this guy is spending a fortune in comparison to avoid paying it. Plank. How am I spending a fortune? I'd have Netflix, whether I had a telly licence or not. I'd have Amazon Prime, whether I had a telly licence or not. We'd have Disney Plus in the house, because the missus would kill me if I cancelled it, whether we had a telly licence or not. So I'm not spending anything more than I'd spend anyway, and I'm 13 quid a month up because I'm not paying for a service I don't bloody want. But yes, plank, fair enough, I'll give you that bit. Think this guy copy-paste his TV licence videos, they all the same, lol. Yeah, some of my recent videos have been a bit samey because I've been teaching people how to work the apps, and to be fair, the apps all work the bloody same, so the videos don't look or sound any different. And I shot them all on the same day, so I was wearing the same jumper, so they all looked very similar. But that said, my TV licence videos are still better than your spelling. Bullshit, it's just southern rules and regulations and for the government to make loads of dosh out of it, like the driving test, bullcrap. I'll tackle this in two parts. It's just southern rules and regulations. I've spent quite a lot of time in north, and they seem to have the same rules and regulations as we have down here in sunny Essex. And for the government to make loads of dosh out of it like the driving test. So the driving test is just one of them things that the government used to make loads of money. I didn't know that. Once I've got the TV licence abolished, I'm going to start getting driving tests abolished. So nice, OMG. Yes, I know, they're spammy bots, but it makes me feel good and it takes away some of the sting from that bloke who called me a middle-aged pie eater. These girls like me. I had one who stuck his foot in the door so I couldn't close it. He was really intimidating. Yeah, it is a sad fact that some of these TV licence inspectors, they're doorstep salespeople, can get a bit pushy and try and get the foot in the door or even barge through the door. And that's why I always give the advice. When you open the door, say, who are you? If they say from TV licensing, get the door shut immediately. Don't give them a chance to say or do anything. Get the door shut and then just go live your life and let them stand out in the cold. Fuck them. I don't know why YouTube sent me down this rabbit hole. Why doesn't the presenter blink? Well, John commented on the video called the BBC's Dirty Little Open Secret that I did a while ago. And there were some bad cuts in there, and I'm not that good at presenting. And yeah, I didn't blink. And there's loads of people talking about it on the internet about why I never blink. I can't do that anymore. About why I didn't blink in that video. Now, I didn't do it on purpose. I'm just not that good at presenting. The camera was right up in my face like this, and there were some bad cuts that cut out the blinking, obviously. So, Sorry, I'm working on it, John. I'm trying to be better, mate. But yeah, thank you for pointing that out. You've got lovely blue eyes. I haven't paid for a TV licence for years. Ah, see? Someone doesn't care that I wasn't blinking because they were busy looking into my lovely blue eyes. Take that, John. I've watched about 10 of your vids. Firstly, as you have mentioned the things you show and recommended illegal. Secondly, you do not do what most of your contemporaries do and do videos a screaming match between themselves and capture of the police. This is most beneficial to me, as at my time of life, 70, I can do without conflict. My age works against me in other ways. For instance, I understand the term Chromecast and would love to have programs on my smart TV as opposed to a tablet, but I'm a bit of a technophobe in the practicalities of operating it. Can you recommend where I can look for info which I can digest at my own speed? Thanks for watching, Paul, and thanks for saying the nice things. I try my best. I try and just teach people to play a straight game and let them know that it's not scary to not pay for your TV licence. Now, I don't know if you've seen them yet or not, Paul, but I've got a few videos that I've done recently on how you can work the apps and install them and set them up on your smart TV. So take a look at my channel and you'll find them there. Actually, I'll put a link to a playlist above and then that should help you watch that. If you've got any other questions, just contact me directly. I'll be happy to help you out. No problem at all, mate. Just should say well done for having a set, good lighting, camera and audio recording, even though you have no budget. It does make a difference to people's channels. Too many still have a laptop looking up their nose with a dark silhouette and bathroom acoustics. Yeah, thank you for that. Some of my earlier videos were a bit crap because I was just doing it on my iPhone and you had to be like right here with it. But I've spent a few quid and I've got a nice camera and some nice lights and I've put some LED stuff back there just to try and make it look a bit nicer for people who are watching. And I'm glad someone noticed. Thank you very much for leaving the comment. Coronation Street and Homes Under the Hammer are pre-recorded programs, not live, so I guess you can watch it. Without a TV licence, it's starting to sound like a bit of a catchphrase for me, this one, but without a TV licence, you can't watch or record anything as it's being broadcast. Doesn't matter what channel it's on or whether it's a foreign channel or anything like that, you can't do it. But you can watch Coronation Street on demand on ITV Hub. You can watch Homes Under the Hammer on demand on Really, I think it is, or Home, one of them, you'll find it on there. You just cannot watch anything as it's being broadcast. Sorry. ChilliJonCarne, who do you think you are? The Holy See? Get real, Quisling, you're a total muppet. Crawl back to your pram and suck your dummy and keep your mouth closed. It's better to keep your mouth shut and let people think you're an idiot, as to open it and confirm to us all you are an idiot by the above statement. Quisling. Quisling. A traitor who collaborates with the enemy force occupying their country. Ah, it's another one who thinks I work for the BBC. Now, how many videos do I have to make slagging the BBC off and teaching people to cancel their TV licences before people stop accusing me of working for the BBC? I spend hours of my life on messages and on emails that you lot have sent me trying to help you out as best I can. I don't get paid for this. I don't understand where it comes from. I really don't. But this Eco Celion seems to be my #1 fan at the moment. There's loads of comments from him down there. Muppets like you spouting on and on about how to be a BBC Quisling. Climb back into your shell. So back to Quisling. A traitor who collaborates with the enemy force occupying their country. Spouting on about how to... So now I'm teaching you lot how to be BBC Quislings by defunding the BBC and not giving them any of your money. I'm just going to go climb back into my shell. I thought we paid the TV licence for BBC and not ITV. It's confusing what we can watch and not watch. It's time for my catchphrase again. You cannot watch or record anything as it's being broadcast on any broadcast channel without a TV licence. You need to switch to catch-up services. Now you can watch anything you want on the catch-up services apart from using BBC iPlayer. Everything else you can watch, even BBC programmes on Netflix and stuff like that, you can watch without a TV licence. You just can't watch or record anything as it's being broadcast or use BBC iPlayer. It's that simple. I'll put some links above for you for videos that will help you out. Oh, another one. You are a Quisling. Why don't you just piss off? You contribute nothing to the debate of the BBC TV tax and the population by the overpaid greedy BBC. But people like you are not contributing anything constructive in this fight to get rid of BBC TV tax. I contribute nothing to the debate, even though I do all these videos in my own time to try and help people like you. If you type in TV licence into YouTube, you'll find all of my videos, and I'm one of the highest rated ones there is for TV licence. I even started a website out of my own pocket called tvlicensestop.co.uk, where I offer free help and advice to help people cancel their TV licence without worrying. But people like me are not contributing anything constructive in this fight to get rid of the BBC TV tax, apparently. So, sorry, I'll try and do better in future. Eco Celion. This guy has way too much time on his hands, but he makes an interesting point. It's 2020. It's not like I'm going on holiday or anything anytime soon, is it? What else am I going to do? Sit at home, drink and make these videos. Why does this come across as a BBC propaganda video? Because all my videos teaching you how to not pay the TV licence, I've actually put subliminal messaging in there to get you to pay for your TV licence, because I'm a secret BBC employee and I do all these videos out of pure evil. Or you're just looking at it weird, and for some reason you think me trying to fight against the TV licence, making all these videos in my own time and doing all the messaging and helping people stop paying their TV licence is a backdoor way to getting you to pay it. I don't understand. But I've had this a lot. Loads of people seem to think I work for the BBC. Don't understand it. Don't understand it. I'd be a better presenter for one if I did. I think that's enough of your questions and comments for today. Hopefully you learned a little something or got a little chuckle out of a couple of the comments. Don't forget to keep leaving your comments and sending me emails and everything. And I try and help everybody as best I can. And you never know, you might get featured in one of these videos coming up in the future. So I'll see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching. Hi, it's me again, and I'm back answering some more of your questions. And you brilliant people out there, you send me so many questions, either in the comments below or on social media or by email. I get thousands of emails a week, and I am sorry I can't get to all of you or get to many of you in a speedy manner. I'm sorry, I get so many, I just don't have the time. But I want to ramp up doing some more of these videos so I can help more people. So less of me gassing, and let's get to your questions. Hi, I'm wondering who finances your activities. Does anyone with interests in other non-BBC broadcasters support you in any way? Thanks, Kevin. No, Kevin, no. It's just me, a little bloke. If you scroll back to my first video, it was me in my tiny little one-bed flat, skint at the time, wondering why I had to pay that money every month to TV licensing. And I made that first video, I think like 5 or 6 years ago now. And it's kind of grown from there. I was going to just have that one video, but it grew, and now we're growing even more. And it's great. I do make a little bit of money off this channel. I'll be straight up with you. I do make a little bit of money. Not a lot, but it was enough to get me a lovely used camera and a couple of lenses, and it went towards paying for a very, very overpriced fruit-based laptop and the software to edit these videos. If you scroll back a couple of years, you see how crappy quality some of the videos were with the video and the audio. They're a bit crap. So the money that I do make, let's go green screen and all of this, it all goes back in to it. I haven't really spent anyone. I don't make a lot of money. I've been approached by a couple of people or a couple of companies that wanted to sponsor me. You know, like when you first open a YouTube video and they say, this video is sponsored by a certain VPN company. You know, I have been approached by a couple of companies who are interested in sponsoring me, and maybe I'll do that because I don't see any problem with it. It doesn't affect what I can say, and you know, I might be able to pay for a nice holiday out of it, maybe. One day as a treat for doing all these videos, I don't know. But no, and I don't ask for donations. A lot of people ask if they can donate money. I'm not going to set up Patreon or anything like that. You lot keep your money, I don't need your money. But yeah, no one finances it. If anyone out there from a TV company wants to, you know, put some money into this and I'll do some stuff for you, you're more than welcome. Not that I'd be any good presenting. You want to see how many cuts and edits I have to do to make these videos. It's crazy. Hi, my son has received several letters saying there is no licence at his present address, which is correct. But he does not need it as he does not watch live TV or use iPlayer. He has now received a letter with his actual name on it and he's freaking out how they got his name. Can you tell me how they got his name? I've given him all your advice and links to your YouTube videos, so he has all that info. He just wants to know how they got his name. Regards, Steve. Hi, Steve. I would hazard a guess that it would be from the electoral register, because it's not hard. You can go, is it 192.com? You can go on there and you can find out loads about anyone at any address. And it costs a couple of quid, and they've probably got a corporate account. That means it costs them a couple of pence to do it, because they probably do it a lot. Because I hear this a lot, where people were getting letters addressed to the legal occupier or whatever, and then all of a sudden the letters start coming to a person's name. And, you know, current consensus is they're getting it from the electoral register on something like 192.com. So, but I won't worry about it. It's still the same letter. It's still no problem. If it genuinely doesn't need a TV licence, he's got nothing to worry about. Just keep binning the letters. They can send as many as they want to his name. Makes no difference, does it? So I won't worry about it. Won't worry about it. What if the boys say you have been monitored using iPlayer on your TV via internet? Proof in court or not? Well, this is an email going round at the minute. TV licensing is sending these emails out. I don't know if they're cross-referencing their database of people who have cancelled their TV licence while still having a live iPlayer account and then blasting them with a load of emails saying you've been caught watching iPlayer. I've got a video on that. I'll put the links below. Have a look. But yeah, I haven't heard of any evidence being given that they can tell if you're watching iPlayer or not. But if you don't have a TV licence, you shouldn't be watching iPlayer. But you can still have an iPlayer login, weirdly, without a telly licence, because you can use it to access BBC radio catch-up without a telly licence, and you can watch S4C shows. So it's no problem having an iPlayer account, and it's no problem being logged in to iPlayer without a TV licence. So I think this is just another one of their tactics that they're trying to scare people into paying for a licence. Won't worry about it. I will be 75 years old in July this year. At the moment, I have a TV licence. I'm not on pension credit, so I assume that they will want me to continue paying for my licence. I'm a bit miffed about paying, as I've always thought that it is free after you reach 75. Any advice would be appreciated. Thank you. Yeah, sadly, if you're not on pension credits, you can't get a free TV licence anymore when you hit 75. Absolutely crazy, isn't it? And I've been campaigning a lot for this, and I've been sending a lot of letters out, but, you know, I'm just a pokey little YouTube channel and a little chavvy bloke presenting it. I'm not going to affect any big change myself, am I? But ask yourself if you need a TV licence. It's the main thing, really. There's a video below. You'll see it right at the top in the pinned comment saying, what can you watch without a TV licence? And you can probably watch 90% of the stuff you would watch anyway without a telly licence. And it's more convenient. Using the catch-up services is great because you don't have to wait for Tuesday night at 10 for your favourite show to come on or whatever. You can just watch it whenever you want. Just stream it down. It's brilliant. And my mum's about your age, and she can do all that. It took her a while to learn it. She's not that techie, poor old girl. But yeah, she learned it all. She's got all the streaming services now. Name it, she's got it. Crazy. And she gets it from me. She uses my login. I pay for them all. But yeah, it's my mum, isn't it? I'm not going to say you can't use me Netflix. But yeah, so try that. Maybe you won't need a TV licence when you hit 75. Try watching TV in a different way. And if that's the case, you can cancel your telly licence. But don't forget as well, the BBC have said that they're not actively pursuing any court proceedings against over 75s who have not paid for a TV licence. So bear that in mind as well. I'm not telling you to watch something you shouldn't be watching without a licence. All I'm saying is that Tim Davie of the BBC did say that publicly. Hi, I would like you to tell me if it's possible to look at German and French channels received by satellite dish without having a TV licence. If so, it would be my intention to remove my ordinary TV aerial plug from the set. It appears that people in Europe can watch BBC programmes without a licence, so it should be possible to receive their programmes in the same way. Well, this is one that affects me personally because my missus is Spanish and she likes a bit of Spanish telly. Why wouldn't she? She's Spanish. And we're not able to watch it in our house because to watch anything as it's being broadcast, you need a TV licence. Doesn't matter if it comes from another country or not. How absolutely ridiculous is that? What business is it of the BBC's if you're watching live German TV or live French TV or live Spanish TV? It's none of their bloody business, is it? It's crazy. It's ridiculous that that's a rule. So she has to watch it on catch-up, and I get loads of grief about it. But it is what it is. I'm not paying for a TV licence, so she has to watch demand Spanish TV. But yeah, you're right there. It appears people in Europe can watch BBC programmes without a licence. Yeah, I spend a lot of time in Spain because of the Spanish missus, and all the bars have TV. I know a lot of the crappy English bars, you know what it's like when you're in the tourist areas of Spain, have EastEnders on at night on the bar and stuff like that. They're not paying any TV licences. Our old apartment that we rented came with a satellite box that gave us all the UK TV channels live. And no TV licence required. We could sit and watch BBC if we wanted to while we're sitting in our little Spanish place. Everything was fine. Crazy. Crazy. BBC TV licence needs to go. Have you had any letters that state your IN010A14 code has been issued against your address? I can send you the letter if you want. Now, I've done one on this same code but ended in A10. I've just made a video today. I think it will be on the channel before I put this one up. And that ends in A13. So now they're up to A14, are they? So I'm interested to see how high their A codes go. But yeah, as you know, they're nothing to worry about. It's just a scary, threatening letter. But yeah, they seem to be sending these funny codes on them now to make them look official. It's crazy, isn't it? But if you haven't seen these videos, I'll put a link below and you can have a look. Well, I think that'll about do it for your questions today. If you do have a question for me that you want to appear in one of these videos, drop me an email. Details are below in the top pinned comment-y thing. You'll find them, and my contact details are in there. So buzz me over an email. I'll try and reply to you with me typing if I can, or I'll feature it in one of these. Don't feel bad if it takes a while for me to get back to you, because I do get thousands, and I just kind of skim and pick them at random to do these videos with. But I'll try and feature you. Put in big text, I want to be featured in the video, and that might attract my attention a bit more. So do that. While you're down fiddling around in a pinned comment, don't forget to leave your comments down there as well. It's a nice community we've got going on. Everyone's really helpful to each other. Everyone replies to each other. It's really, really nice. And hit the subscribe button while you're down there as well. This channel's really growing, and I really want to get it over 40,000 subscribers. We're so close now. So please, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you in another one of my videos soon. Thanks for watching. Hi, it's me again, and I thought today I could answer some more of your TV license questions. You people are brilliant, sending me all your questions via email. If you have a question for me, you'll find the link below. You might just get a written reply, or I might feature in one of these videos. You never know your luck. But let's crack on, answer some more of these questions, because I don't like to waffle with this. I like to just get through the questions straight to the point. Let's go. Great work you are doing, by the way. I took your advice and cancelled my license, mainly because I'm a single parent now, and it is a lot to pay out for when we don't even watch TV. My daughter and I are usually online, and she is 13 and loves her YouTube. Who doesn't love a bit of YouTube? My question is two parts. Which broadcasters in the UK and internationally, mainly in the USA, are classed as needing a TV license to watch live online? And number two, my daughter watches live streams of video games on YouTube. Do we need a license for that? I hope you'll be able to clarify, as I'm worried that I will need to get a license again, or worse, be fined. Really grateful to you. Thank you so much. All right, so part one, you said, which broadcast in the UK and internationally, mainly USA, do you need a license for? All of them. You can't watch any TV as it's being broadcast, no matter what country it comes from. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. What business is it of the BBC if you want to watch live American TV or live Spanish TV or live Iranian TV? It's none of their business, is it? But you can't watch anything as it's being broadcast in the UK, any TV channels, without a TV license. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. You can watch all the catch-up stuff you want. You can get American catch-up. Do crack on and do that, but you can't watch it as it's being broadcast. Absolutely stupid rule. What business is it at the BBC? I've got no idea at all. And part two of your question, my daughter watches live streams of video games on YouTube. You do not need a license for that. You can watch live streams on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook Gaming and all of that, as long as they're not from a TV channel. So if I go live, you can watch that, no problem at all. The only thing you got to watch out for on YouTube, there's things like Sky News broadcast live. You can't watch them without a TV license because they're a proper TV channel broadcasting their signal on YouTube. But video gamers, me, Twitch, stuff like that, no problem at all. She can enjoy all of that, and she likes without a license. I hope that's answered your question. I'll reply to you with the link to this video, and if you have any follow-up questions, do come back to me, and I'll answer them for you as well, all right? Can I watch BBC America in the UK without a TV license? As I just said in the last question, no, you can't watch it without a TV license. Ridiculous. Again, what business is it at the BBC's if you want to watch an international TV channel? But you can't watch anything as it's being broadcast, no matter where it comes from, without a telly license. Sorry. Hi, John. Just to say, I've been watching your clips on YouTube for ages and find them very interesting. Thank you very much. I've told my parents, who are both pensioners, about not having to pay the TV license, as my dad bought a Now TV box a while back and my mum is always watching it. Would my dad still have to pay the license even though neither of them watch any live stream TV? Well, as long as they're not watching any TV channels as they're being broadcast, either through the aerial or through the Now TV box, they don't need a license. If they're watching everything on catch-up, no problem at all. And a Now TV box is a great way to do it as well, because you can get all your Sky channels on there. That's pretty good. And you can watch all them on demand. You don't have to watch them as they're being shown. You can get all the Sky stuff on demand on Now TV, but you still have access to, all four, ITV, Hub, Demand 5, all of that. So it's a great way to do it. I'll put a link in all the bump down below of what you can watch without a TV license, and that will hopefully clear a bit more of that up. But the long and short of it, if they stay away from TV as it's being broadcast and not using BBC iPlayer, no license is required for them. They can save their 159 quid a year. I subscribe to Sky, Netflix, Amazon Prime, and also have Amazon Fire Stick in the bedroom. Blimey, you got a lot of stuff, haven't you? My wife and I are both 78 years and do not have a TV licence. I've recently received a threatening letter informing me they are going to send an agent to my property, My wife is worried sick and wants to pay the licence. I, on the other hand, object to paying so-called celebrities millions a year. Please help. What are my rights? Regards, David. Yeah, my mum's in about that age bracket, and she was the same. I got her to cancel, and she just couldn't stand the thought of one of these goons knocking on her door, and she started paying it again. And her money, her choice. So, I mean, what am I going to do? I try to be best, right? But yeah, don't worry about it. I mean, they are allowed to visit. If you don't have a TV license, you may very well get a knock on the door. But you've got to remember and let your wife know they're not bailiffs. They're not the police. They don't have any more powers than you or I. They're just salesmen. That's all they are. They're door-to-door salesmen trying to earn their commission on a sale. And you are perfectly within your rights to open the door, say, who are you? And they'll say, I'm from TV licensing. And you go, no, thank you. And just close the door. And they will toddle off. They can't do anything. They can't put their foot in the door. They can't intimidate you. They might try, but they can't. And if they do, phone the police. Only right. But it's very, very rare that happens. Just close the door and they will toddle off and go and find some easier prey. Because they're salesmen earning commission. They need easy prey. They don't want people like you who are confident and informed and willing to close the door in their face. Now, I'll put a playlist below of TV license goon visits with examples of people just closing the door in their face. And they do leave. They earn commission. They've got to go. Don't be scared of them. They're not bailiffs, not police. They're no one special. And it is worrying. I get it. I do get it because I went through the same conversations with my mum. But, you know, or maybe get like a video doorbell and then you can see who they are before you even choose to open the door. You don't even have to open the door. You can just shout through, can't you? Who are you? And they'll say, I'm from TV license. You go, no, go away. I'm not interested. And they will go away. They can't do anything. They're not going to stand there and knock on your door for hours. They're not allowed to do that. So, yeah, honestly, do try not to worry about it. It's not scary. All you're doing is turning away a salesman who's trying to sell you a product that you don't want to buy. Honestly, they try and be as intimidating as possible because they want you to be scared because they want to earn their commission. They want to sell you something. Don't be scared of them. I promise you, don't be scared of them. If you've got any other questions, email me. I'll reply. So you've got my personal email address. Do reply. I'm here for you if you need me, whatever you need. Do reply, all right? Oh, here you go. Look, this should help the last question. Just had a visit from a TV license inspector. Him, are you Mr. I've had to edit that out. Me, who are you? Him, I'm Jeff from TV licensing. Me, goodbye, close the door, and away he went. Thanks for your advice. Top works. All you got to do. It's all you got to do. They might come back again in a month or so, but if they get a door closed in their face again, why are they going to waste their time, effort, and petrol coming to you when there's easier prey out there? And I hope they don't find the easier prey, obviously. But yeah, that is how to handle it, and it's the perfect way to do it. You know, don't kick off, don't give them any gripe. Just no thank you, close the door. Done. Hi, my wife and I use computers to watch and take part in internet live streaming interactive programs, like certain craft shop programs or debates which are live and selling items or by phone-ins. We would like to use the TV screen as a monitor as it's much larger. Do we need a TV license to watch these without a TV license, i.e. receive through our computers from internet sites? Loads of thanks and kind regards, Paul. Well, that all sounds like good fun to me, actually, Paul. And don't worry, plug your telly into your computer and enjoy it on your nice big telly. No problem at all. You can watch stuff live, you just can't watch TV channels live. So if I go live on YouTube, you can watch it. I've got my mate on here, the Watching Observer 76, shameless plug. He does live streams about the TV license, and you can watch them without a TV license. The only thing you have to be careful of is watching TV channels online when they're broadcasting live. Like Sky News is on YouTube. You can't watch that without a telly license. But any other streams that are just from normal people or from companies and craft shops, no problem at all, because they're not TV channels. You can watch them live all you want. Enjoy, do your crafting, get it on your big telly, and have fun. Hello, I would like to ask you if it's okay to use BBC programmes on BritBox, which is used and we've already paid for. Therefore, that is making profit out of programmes they already made that could let people off payment. Kind regards. Yeah, Peter, no worries at all. BritBox you pay for separately, and it's not live telly, and it's not iPlayer. So any BBC stuff on there, you find, watch all you like. And that counts elsewhere as well, like Netflix has loads of BBC stuff, and you can watch all of that without a telly license. The only things you can't watch without a telly license is any TV channel as it's being broadcast or BBC iPlayer. But you find BBC programmes anywhere else out there, no problem at all. You crack on and watch them. I haven't used BritBox myself, so I don't know what good stuff is on there. But I can tell you I watch a lot of BBC stuff on Netflix because The Office was on there, Men Behaving Badly, Only Fools and Horses, and they did have the Attenborough stuff. I don't know if that's still on there or not. I used to watch all of that, no problem at all. You don't need a TV license to watch that stuff, mate. Enjoy. I think that'll about do it for the questions today. I'll try and bring you another one of these next week if I can. What with it being Christmas and that? Maybe not, but I'll try and get back round to it. If you do have any questions, like I said, below in all the bump, you'll find out how to send your questions over. Do that. I'll try and type a reply where I can, and you might feature in one of these videos as well. You never know your luck. So go down there, leave your comments as well, letting people know what you thought of their questions, and you can help them out with answers. And if you don't want to email me, stick your answer down in the comments, because we've got such a good community here. If I don't answer it for you, one of the other people will. I get loads of help on this channel with question answering. So you can do that. While you're down there, hit the like button, subscribe button, comment, all the stuff people say at the end of YouTube videos for some reason. I'll see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching. Hi, it's John here again from TV License Stop, and I'm back answering some more of your TV license questions. And today's question is, hi John, I immediately cancelled the TV license ever since I moved flats. I have no regrets cancelling the TV license, and it's something I'm proud of. Good for you, I'm proud of you too. The question is, could I go on Twitch and Facebook gaming without a TV license? That's a good question, this, and I get asked this one a lot. And the clue is in the title with it. You know, it's a TV license. So without a TV license, you can't watch or record anything as it's being broadcast. But when they say anything, they mean proper pucker TV channels. So if I go live on Facebook, you can watch me without a TV license, even though I'm live and it's as it's being broadcast, because I'm not a TV channel. But Sky News is also here on YouTube, and they stream live, but you can't watch that without a TV license because that's a proper pucker TV channel. So there's a distinction there. So watching people on Twitch and Facebook doing gaming and stuff, live broadcast, no problem at all, because they're just like you or me. They're normal people. They're not TV channels. You can watch them live without a TV license. So I hope that's answered your question, and I hope some people out there watching this also found this useful. Now, if you'd like to ask me a question, you never know, you might get one of these little response videos made just for you. If you'd like to ask me something, you'll find the details below in all the links and the rubbish I put down there. You'll find out how to contact me. While you're down there, don't forget to leave me some comments letting me know what you think about the whole situation of what you can and can't watch, because it's a bit silly, isn't it? So you can do that, and I will see you in another video again soon. Thank you for watching. Hi, John here again from TV License Stop, and I'm back answering some more of your TV license questions. And today's question is, I only have Roku and Netflix. How can I get latest news programs? Thank you. Yeah, news is a tricky one when you don't have a TV license, because you can't watch it as it's being broadcast, because you can't watch or record anything as it's being broadcast or use BBC iPlayer. But like ITV News, is it 9 or 10 o'clock they have their news on? Same for Channel 4 and Channel 5 have news programs. They normally go on their catch-up services pretty much just after it's been broadcast. There's not much of a delay there between them being broadcast and going on the catch-up service. So you can watch those all you want. The full news at 10, 9, whenever they do it on 3, 4 and 5. Just wait till it's finished being broadcast, and quite quickly it will appear on ITV Hub or All 4, stuff like that. I don't bother with that. Personally, I get most of my news from YouTube. If you go to Sky News, or you go to BBC News, if that's your cup of tea, or GB News, if that's your cup of tea, you will find clips of news things that happen all day, every day. They're uploading them constantly, and you can keep up to date with the news that way. That's how I personally do it. You do have to be a bit careful, because on YouTube here, you can watch Sky News live, and you can watch GB News live. Without a TV license, you can't do that, but you can watch all the clips they put up. Even on the BBC News channel, you can watch all the clips they put up. You can even have the BBC News app on your phone if you want. Don't know why you'd want that, but you can if you want, and you can watch all the clips they put on there too. No problem at all. That's how I keep up with the news. And don't forget the radio. Also, you can listen to all the radio you want without a TV license, so you get news on there all the time, don't you? So maybe that's your sort of thing while you're cooking or something, you can have the radio on and listen to the news. So I hope that's answered your question. I also hope some other people out there watching found that informative and useful as well. If you'd like to ask me a question, maybe you'll get one of these little response videos made just for you. You'll find out how to send me your questions, all in the bump and the links and everything I put below. You'll find out how to contact me down there. Don't forget to leave your comments on this video as well. Let me know what you think about the whole thing. And if you've got any better tips to watch the news as well without a TV license. So you go and do that, and I will see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching. Hi, John here again from TV License Stop, here to answer some more of your TV license questions. And today's question is, I'm almost 80 and I want to follow your advice on cancelling my license. I've watched so many of your videos and read so much feedback from them that I know what I can watch, and I have to watch it via internet. But what about my current setup? Do I need to just unplug the aerial or do I have to have it removed? I'm thinking of going the Fire Stick route. Do I just plug that in and just leave everything else as it is and only watch via the Fire Stick? I'm getting so confused with all the info. Best regards, Roy. Hi Roy, thanks for watching all the other videos and I'm glad you got some useful information from them. I've got quite a few videos now on the other channel, loads, so I'm glad you've been watching them. Dead simple, really. You don't technically have to pull out the aerial from your telly because you can use your telly to listen to the radio. But best practice is to pull it out. If you've got one of the sockets on the wall, which is what I had, you know you have the little connecting wire that goes between that and your telly. What you got to do is pull that out, and you can put a blanking plate on, which I did, got it in BQ, I think it's like 150 or something. Just covers that up. If you've got the aerial coming through the wall, then you can always just chop the end off that, because you don't really need your telly aerial anyway. Do many people listen to the radio through their telly? I don't know. But yeah, don't worry about that. I mean, I've even got, on my property, if you looked at the front of my property, I'm not going to show you, obviously, but I've got an aerial on the roof and a satellite dish on the front of the property. I don't use either. They were there when I moved in, but I'm not going to pay my own money to have them removed. Not yet. I will one day, obviously, but I'm not that bothered at the minute. I'm not using them. The license isn't based on what equipment you have. It's based on what you use that equipment to do. So don't worry, just pull the aerial out the back, cut the cardboard off, something like that. You don't need it anyway, do you? If you haven't got to get it taken off your roof or anything silly like that, don't worry, mate. Yeah, with regards to the Fire Stick, it's a great way to go. They are cheap as well. I think the last one I bought, it was on offer on Amazon, and it was 20 quid, brand new, delivered. And you can't argue with that, because they are really good. So it's a little plastic stick. I haven't got one here. No, I'm not unplugging it from your telly, but it's a little plastic stick. And you just stick it in the HDMI socket on the back of your telly, and then you need it to power it from a USB. So if you've got a nice telly that's got a couple of USB sockets on the back, you can power it off that. If not, in the box you should get a wire and a USB plug. Just plug it in as normal, power it on. Turn your telly on, put it on the HDMI port that you just plug the thing into, set it up on your internet, and you're good to go. You just go to the App Store, you find all four, ITV Hub, Channel 5, Discovery Plus, Netflix. They're all on there, and just enjoy. They're really, really easy to use. And you can get radio on that, and loads of good stuff that you wouldn't even get anywhere near watching on broadcast TV. So they are a good way to go, and they're good and cheap as well. Well, Roy, hopefully that answered your question, and with any luck, it helped a couple of other people who might have been watching this video as well. If you have a question for me, you'll find out how to do it in the links below. You can send me a question, and you might even get one of these little videos answering your question directly just for you and anyone else that's watching, obviously. So you go and do that, and I will see you in another video again soon. Now, if you're looking into cancelling your TV licence, you may have noticed that you can't watch anything as it's being broadcast without a licence. And many people think this also includes YouTube streams, Twitch streams, webcam streams, things of that nature. Even some people have not been able to watch like college tuition, which is done by a live stream, because they think without a telly licence you can't watch that. Well, there is a bit of a grey area there, but it's quite simple to break down. Now, if the live stream you want to watch comes from a proper broadcast TV channel, you can't watch it. So if you go on YouTube, for instance, you will see that Sky News broadcasts live on YouTube 24 hours a day. Without a telly licence, you can't watch that because it's a proper TV channel. But if I was to go live on YouTube, for instance, because I'm not a telly channel, you can watch it. You can watch gamers playing on Twitch. You can watch, you know, your local church service if you want. You can watch your college tuition if you want, stuff like that. Anything that's live that's not from a TV channel, you can watch online without a TV licence. So it's a bit complicated, and they don't tell you this, and they don't make it easy for you to find out. But that is the truth, and that is what you can watch without a telly licence. So that's quite good, isn't it? Hi, it's me again, and it's that time of the week where I take a look at some of your questions and your comments that you left me on social media or the comments section on here or that you've emailed me, stuff like that. But first of all, need to do a little bit of housekeeping with the YouTube comments. Let's take a look. Kin Posh House again, get a licence. Do you live in a stately home or is that a green screen background maybe? Why do you need to do this in your bathroom, showing off to the poor? That leather Chesterfield goes very well in your library, by the way. Now, I don't live in a big posh house and I don't have a big posh bathroom. It's a green screen. Look, here you go. You ready? Green screen. Bathroom. Posh house with a Chesterfield. You know, it's a background. And I used to do the videos in front of my little shelving unit with the LED lights on it. But we've had a bit of a move around and we're sorting the house out, ready to move. I can't do it anymore. So I have to do everything with a green screen. It's just the way it is. It just makes life easier. It's either that or I've got a plain white wall behind me, which I thought was a bit boring. And if I'm doing these videos, I thought it was quite good fun to put a matching, or half matching or whatever, background behind just to keep it a bit interesting. Sorry about that. If you see a big posh house, it's not mine, I promise. Stop waving your hands about. It is very distracting. John, stop moving your hands when you talk, or are you trying to impersonate one of those tosser reporters on the BBC? Please try, as it is very annoying, fella. Now, I don't have any formal training in presenting to you, and I'm trying to get a bit better and trying to get a bit more comfortable sitting with a camera pointing at me whilst talking to myself, and it's a bit tricky. And like it said in that film,
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Be good just to hold them down by your
Okay.
side. Yeah, great.
Well, we were real happy with what was going on, and at the end of the day,
yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing. I think I've got a bit better. If you go back on my videos from a few years ago, I do think I've got a bit better, but okay, I'll work on the hands thing. Sorry. Chilli appears to be a one-trick pony. Can't he talk on more than one subject? It's a TV license-based channel. What else do you want me to talk about apart from the TV license? That's what I built this channel on. That's what I want to continue to build this channel on. And like someone said in the comments when I posted that on my YouTube, it's like on the news when them bloody weathermen only talk about the weather, isn't it? But this Dave Cooper guy, for someone who doesn't want me talking about the TV license, he's commenting constantly on my videos about the TV license. Let's take a look. The letters should not stress anyone. I use them to make an informed decision. As an over 75, I'm not even going to consider not paying my TV license. I think it's worth every penny. And when you're talking about the goons, it seems a perfectly good job to have. They are doing a service for the public. Why would anyone think the letters are scary? They actually helped me make an informed decision. So for someone who doesn't want me talking about the TV licence and is bored with the TV licence, he's commenting a lot about the TV licence. And he's telling you lot to respond to the letters, to engage with doorstep knockers like the TV licence inspectors and that. So I can only assume it's a disgruntled goon who's pissed off at me because I've made a lot more people a lot more confident in dealing with the whole TV licence situation. He doesn't like it. I don't think there's anything more to it than that. I don't think it's Capita doing anything like that. If it was, they'd get a PR agency to absolutely spam my comments, wouldn't they? Wouldn't just be one bloke. So, yeah, I think it's just a disgruntled goon who isn't getting much commission lately and is a bit pissed off with me, to be honest. Right, anyway, let's get over to your main questions that you've sent me this week and I can get on with answering them. I just wanted to say thank you for taking the time to put these resources and videos together. After much trepidation, I finally cancelled our TV licence yesterday after realising that I cannot remember the last time we watched live TV. Not to mention being pretty miffed with the BBC regarding the whole Brexit bias fiasco, even though that has mostly faded. The lady on the phone was really quite nice and helpful, and it was all over in a few minutes, and I wondered why I'd been so nervous. Well done, Kate. Nice work. I'm happy for you, and enjoy the money that you save. Spend it on something nice for yourself. And that was partly the reason that I cancelled my TV licence before I got into this whole thing with it. Is that I just wasn't watching it, and I had monthly bills going out, and I'm thinking, why am I spending this money a month on something that I don't use? Can I get rid of it? And I learnt that I could, and I did, and that's what's led me down this journey, and I'm glad to have helped another person. Fantastic, Kate. Keep in touch. If you get any visits or any letters or anything, you know where I am. Do keep in touch. Hi CJC, had a letter this morning from TV Licensing saying your no licence needed claim expires soon. Please get in touch. They say they want to check to see if my circumstances have changed. 1. Do I need to have contact with them? I'm really happy to waste their time and ignore every bit of literature they send. I've not watched TV since cancelling my licence. Thanks for your time, Colin. Yeah, so you've made the no licence needed claim last 2 years and it's expiring now, and they want to know if anything's changed. They already have your details and things like that, so it's not going to hurt if you want to renew it. The only times when I say don't renew it is if you've moved house or something like that and they don't know who lives at the property, or they've been sending letters to the occupier, like in your current property, then there's no point contacting them and giving them your details. But if they already have them, there's no harm in doing it. I do it every couple of years when it expires. I renew my no licence needed declaration. So yeah, you can renew it if you want, and that'll probably stop a lot of the letters coming, or you can just blank them off, as most people do now, and I probably will next time. Maybe, I can't remember when mine expires next, but when it does, I'll let you know what I choose to do. Hi, I like watching your videos as they are helpful to the majority of British taxpayers that can still easily get pushed into paying for a TV licence. My aunt is 86 years of age and she lives in North Kensington. She was exempt from paying a TV licence for 10 years, except last year she and many of her IEP friends received letters stating that now they have to start paying for a TV licence again. Is this actually correct? I actually feel sorry for her as she feels bullied but cannot stand the hassle in trying to contact them at her age now. Please let me know if there's anything I can do about this on her behalf. Hi mate, yeah, the free TV licences for the over 75s are gone. Apart from if you're in receipt of pension credit. So if she's in receipt of pension credit, she can still apply for a free TV licence. Living in North Kensington, don't want to judge anybody, but she's probably not in receipt of pension credit. But if she is, she can still have a free licence. And let her friends know as well that they may be eligible for one if they're in receipt of pension credit. They're not going to police this too heavily, the BBC is saying, because they don't want a massive PR disaster. So they're not going to police it too heavily. So she will get letters, you can just bin them off. If she gets a knock on the door, tell her not to open it. And then there's nothing they can do. But it's an absolute shit situation, and it's one of the ones I'm fighting hardest for. I've wrote endless letters to MPs, I've wrote endless letters to Capita and the BBC, trying to get interviews, trying to speak to people, trying to get something moving on this OAP thing. And I'm just having no luck at all, but I'm a tiny little person, aren't I? That's the problem. We need someone big to jump on this and start looking at it. But then loads of the House of Lords people, like Beefy Botham and that was on it, and nothing's changed, has it? So I don't know. Hopefully this will all sort itself out. But yeah, as it stands at the minute, sorry mate. Yeah, she probably will need one. Hi John, why should I pay for live TV, for ITV or Amazon, etc. if all the money goes to the BBC? They have adverts for a reason. Can you explain this, Aaron? No, Aaron, I can't. And this is one of the most ridiculous aspects of the TV licence. You know, the TV licence isn't just for watching BBC stuff, it's for watching anything as it's being broadcast. But they don't get any of the money. How does that make any sense? And I don't understand how the other TV channels part of it either. Surely they want to cut of the money, don't they? Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Just scramble the BBC and make us pay. If we want to watch it, we'll pay and we'll watch it. Otherwise, we should be able to watch anything we want. I agree, and it's one of the most ridiculous parts of the whole TV licensing thing. Ridiculous. Hi, great videos by the way. Can you shed some light on this Communications Act 2003? Is there any law that says I can't have an aerial or sat dish on my house if I don't have a TV licence? Little confused on this matter. Cheers and thanks for your time, Martin. Hi Martin, yeah, I've covered this one a couple of times. The TV licence isn't based on whether you have the equipment to access broadcast TV. It's based on your declaration as to whether you do access it or not. So my house here, for example, I've got a satellite dish on the front and I've got an aerial up on top of the roof. And they're not connected to anything. I don't have them plugged into. I don't need them. But it's going to cost me money to have them taken down because I'm not going up a ladder. So I don't do heights. So I just leave them there. And it's fine. You can have that. You can have all the equipment. But it's whether you use that equipment to access broadcast TV or not is what the licence is based on. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Hi, my television is not attached to an aerial. I do not watch TV, but I do watch DVDs. During lockdown, the children had to do schoolwork on a laptop. I believe the work came from a BBC channel. Does this mean I have to pay for a TV licence? I have received a red threatening letter to tell me to expect a visit from an inspector. I'm a single working mum with twins. Can you advise, please? Well, first of all, don't worry about the letter because all the letters are complete nonsense. I've got a whole playlist of letters you'll find down below. Have a watch of them. Loads of them are about you're going to get a visit on this day or a visit has been booked for you, blah, blah, blah. They've never once turned up when they said they would. And even if they do, you just go, no, thank you, and you shut the door. So it's nothing to worry about. Don't worry about the letters. Now, the work from the BBC channel, a lot of schools are doing that, and the BBC supplied work. As long as it's not, you're not watching TV for the work, if it's stuff that the school has supplied, but it's BBC content, it doesn't matter. It's fine. You can watch BBC content on YouTube, for instance. It's fine. You just can't use BBC iPlayer or watch TV as it's being broadcast. But the lessons and stuff that the BBC had put together to stream, as long as they didn't come from iPlayer, are okay without a TV licence. But I believe they're supplied by the school. But not having a kid, I don't really know too much about it. But I'm going to try and speak to my sister who does have kids, who did have to do some BBC work at home during lockdown. And once she gets back to me, she's rubbish at replying to text. She's terrible. She really is. As soon as she does, I will send you an email and I'll let you know if I find anything different. All right. Hi, we were wondering if you've ever considered taking the content from ChilliJonCarne.com and converting it into videos to promote on YouTube. No, I've never actually considered taking the content from my website, ChilliJonCarne.com, and converting it into videos to put on YouTube. Sounds like a good idea, that, doesn't it? I might do that. I had a visit a few years ago and told the TV licence goon I only watched the +1 channels, and to which he said, and I quote, "Well, there is nothing we can do about that. Just thought this information was useful for your viewers." Hi Alex. Well, I don't quite know what happened with that situation, but I can tell you now that it's wrong, and I'm not going to tell people they can watch the +1 channels without a TV licence, because they can't. The rules of TV licensing say live TV, but I don't mean live TV as in it's being broadcast right now as it's being filmed. You know, it means TV as it's being broadcast. But the +1 channels are TV as they're being broadcast. It's just a show from an hour ago that was on a different channel, but now it's on this channel and it's as being broadcast. So it's not a loophole. So many people think the +1 channels are a loophole, and they are not. They are still TV as they're being broadcast. You can't watch them without a licence. Sorry, just watch everything on catch up. Hi John, hope you're well. Your videos are great, so keep them coming. Just to let you know, a TV licence goon knocked on my door today, no ID visible, and asked me what my house number is, and I replied, "It's on my door." Then he asked me my name. At this point I said, "Who are you?" He got his ID out and said, "TV licensing." My reply, "No thank you," and I shut the door. I watched him leave my gardens and he looked quite upset, like a spoiled child who didn't get his favourite toy. Hi Mike, yeah, absolute top work. That's how you deal with it. Perfect, mate. And, you know, they might come back again, they might not. But if they keep getting that response, they're not going to keep coming back, because there's easier prey out there and they're going to get onto them, aren't they? So yeah, you've done well there, Mike. Well done. Hi John, just wanted to say thank you. We've stopped paying our licence and we're playing a straight game. Got rid of the BT box and iPlayer account, cancelled direct debit, had first letter, binned it, lol. Really appreciate what you're doing to raise awareness. Keep up the good work. Looking forward to knock on the door now I know how to deal with it. Polite yet prompt. Raising a beer from my 160 quid a year saved thanks to you. Nice one, Matt. Happy to have helped, mate. And I love getting emails like this. I get emails like this every day from people who I've helped cancel their TV licence. And you know where I am if you need me. If you get any questions or letters or visits, you know where I am. Do contact me. Hi CJC. I cancelled my TV licence over 2 years ago. It only took 2 phone calls and 1 form to get a refund. I must be one of the lucky ones, and I haven't had any letters yet. I'm waiting armed with the knowledge of putting them in the bin. Thanks, Wendy. Nice one, Wendy, and enjoy all the money you're saving. You sound like you're going to. And this, what you've got there, is the vast majorities of people's experience with cancelling their TV licence. When you give them a call, they're generally quite helpful. They're not horrible people, the phone people. They're generally quite helpful. And it goes quite smoothly, doesn't it? You know, a lot of people think it's a big scary thing and you're going to immediately get knocks on the door. And it doesn't really work like that. It does happen. But most people just carry on living a quiet life and just bin in the odd letter, and that's it. Easy, isn't it? I live with my mother. She pays for the TV licence, hence I don't own one myself. I often watch iPlayer content on my own phone tablets when I'm out and about, not at home. Is this still allowed? Thanks, William. Hi, William. Well, the TV licence isn't a personal thing. It's a household thing. The TV licence covers the house that you live in if you live there. You don't need a personal one for your own personal use. It's not like that. It covers the household. The only reason they bill it to a person is because they need someone to talk to about billing or selling it, whatever. So if you live in that house with your mother and there's a TV licence, you can watch BBC iPlayer wherever you like. On your phone, laptop, out and about in the park, wherever you want. You are fully covered by a telly licence. No problem. Right, well, I think that'll just about do it for the questions today. I'm going to stop waving my arms about because I've already been told off once before. Do keep sending me your questions via email or on social media, or just leaving your comments below is a great way. I do read them all. I can't reply to everybody, but I promise you I do read all the comments you leave below on all the videos, whether they're positive, negative, or from that bloke who thinks I should do other stuff. So, yeah, keep leaving your comments, and I'll see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching. Hi, it's me again, and I'm back with another one of my question and answer videos. Haven't done one of these for a little while, but you people out there are so brilliant about emailing me all your questions or your TV license letters or all about your experience with TV licensing. I thought it was time that I caught up with the huge amount of emails that I've got and made one of these videos to answer some of your questions. So I've picked out some good ones. I'm going to try and do one of these a week and be a bit hotter on replying to you guys. But I do have a full-time job as well, so I don't always have the time to answer a couple of 100 emails a day. I am very sorry, but I will do my best to get back to you if you have emailed me. So anyway, enough of that. Let's get on to the first question. Hello CJC. Enjoy watching your videos. I've been license free for over a year now. Just watched The Legal Way, but unsure about one thing. My wife is a great fan of Called the Midwife, and a new series has started this week. I noticed Sky have it on their BBC One catch-up. Am I allowed to download this and watch without a licence, as it's not a live broadcast and not through BBC iPlayer, but through Sky? Regards, Tony. Well, thanks for your email, Tony. Now, you need to check if Sky is actually getting that programme from BBC iPlayer, because if they are, you can't watch it. Now, Call the Midwife, I think, was on Netflix. I'm not sure it is anymore. I'll have to check on that. It's been a while, but the missus quite likes it, so I should probably check on that. But if it comes from BBC iPlayer, you're right, you can't watch it. If it's coming directly from Sky, you should be fine. But you need to check, and it will say there somewhere, because a lot of the catch-up services on these boxes actually access BBC iPlayer to get the show. Don't really know that much about it, but I'll take a look into it, and if I can find out any new information, I'll let you know. I'm going to cancel my TV licence when it expires at the end of June this year. My son said if I do, he will need to disconnect something and take down the aerial. Is that right? I would imagine I need the aerial if I watch iTV Player through the computer. Thank you in advance for your reply, Jean. Hi Jean, thanks for your email, and good to hear another person is thinking of cancelling, another one in the movement, and you're going to save yourself a few quid. Now, you don't need to worry too much about taking the aerial off the roof. My roof above me, I've got an aerial and a Sky dish. It's fine to have. It's not a problem at all. It's whether you use them. Now, you should disconnect the aerial from your telly just for best practice. That way you can't be tempted to access broadcast TV. So if you have like one of the socket ones in the wall, you can buy a blanking plate for like £1 from B&Q, chuck that on there, and then that's covered off. If you just got the wire coming through the wall like me, what I did, just snip the end off and just put a bit of tape on it so it can't be used. Now ITV Hub and that aren't accessed through your telly aerial. If you're using a Freeview Play TV, you do need to have the aerial connected, which is absolutely ridiculous, frankly. But normally ITV Hub and all of that are accessed from the internet. So it comes from the internet, so you don't need the aerial attached. Hope that answers your question. If you need any more answers, drop me another email and I'll answer you again. And the inspections have resumed. I received a failed visit today and a tri-folded information letter through the letterbox. The BBC have gone to some expense for providing this information. Laminated and dense paper, how privileged I feel. But failed to put an actual address on it. What a goon. Having watched and subscribed to your YouTube channel, I've had many a day rehearsing my spiel. Unfortunately today to no avail, however, something along the lines of, it's not required here, it's an overpriced subscription service to watch repeats, sorry it's not for me, but thank you for taking the time on this glorious day, shut door. Can I thank you for your words of wisdom? And my express permission is granted to use any of the above information in any upcoming broadcasts if you see fit. Thank you again, eagerly waiting the next instalment, Jen. And this is a picture of what Jen sent over. Thanks for your email, Jen. Thanks for subscribing and watching the videos as well. And it does look like you had a visit, doesn't it? And left you a little card. What a shame you didn't get to talk to them. It's not really. It's better that you don't get to talk to them. So it's fine. Don't feel like you missed out. You never know. They may very well call again and then you can close the door in their face. But sounds like you've got everything under control. You know what you're doing. Top work. Proud of you. Hi John, I currently don't have a TV licence but do have a Sky subscription. The dish is disconnected and I don't have the physical app for iPlayer obviously. But when I search for Dragon's Den it comes up in the search and I could, if I wanted to, press play and watch it. My question is, does accessing it through Sky Search instead of the iPlayer mean I can watch it without a licence? I also have YouTube as an app on the TV and can find Dragon's Den on there too. Are any of these ways acceptable to watch Dragon's Den without the licence? Sorry if it's been answered before, I just couldn't find the answer and I thought it might be a good idea for a video if you've not done one on this before. Kind regards, Aidan. Hi Aidan, well as I said in the first question, it's a bit tricky with Sky. I'm not sure if they're accessing it from iPlayer or not. You need to check that very carefully. But when it comes to YouTube, no problem at all. There's tons of Dragon's Den on here. And I've watched pretty much all of them. If you haven't seen my video, I did a spoof of Dragon's Den. I'll put a link below for you. Take a look at that. Because I spent like weeks just watching Dragon's Den on YouTube and it was stuck in my head. Made a TV licensed Dragon's Den spoof. Take a look. But yeah, watching any BBC content you find anywhere that's not iPlayer, all fair game. So tons of BBC stuff on YouTube. Watch it all you want. No problem at all, mate. Hi John, my TV has iPlayer installed on it when I purchased it. I've researched trying to get rid of it, but apparently I can't. If an inspector was below somewhere for that, I'm sure. Now, I did manage to get rid of it on my TV. What I had to do is do a factory reset, so go into settings and all that, full factory reset, and then set it up from new, but instead of picking the UK, I can't remember if I picked France or Spain, one of them, and then it wasn't on there, it didn't install. But the problem is, it took all the other apps with it. So that's obviously not going to be a good idea for you. Now, to access the iPlayer app, you do need to be signed in to an iPlayer account. So even if someone was to press the iPlayer button on your remote, it's not going to open up iPlayer and start playing EastEnders. You need to sign in and do a few bits and pieces. But the most important thing in your email that you just said there is if an inspector was to see my TV, why are they in your house? Do not let them in your house. All you need to know is the license is based on whether you use those services, not if you can access them. Everybody can access them. You know, my sister's got a fridge that's got iPlayer built into it. You know, she doesn't use it. She has a license. No, it doesn't matter. But do you know what I mean? Most people have the ability to access these services. The license is based on whether you do or not. So it's okay to have iPlayer on your telly. Just don't sign into it. Don't use it. And never, ever, ever the name to them. They already knew the name. Wouldn't worry about it too. They didn't get in. As long as she didn't say, you know, we do watch a bit of live telly, you got nothing to worry about. I seem to have stopped doing it now. I usually get an email every couple of years asking whether I still don't need one. What sometimes confuses me is why folks are happy to pay huge below to a playlist of exactly that thing happening and these people toddling off. That's the only way you can get in trouble. It's the only place they can get evidence from to get you into trouble. If you don't speak to them, no trouble can come. But also, if you're not doing anything you shouldn't be doing, no trouble will come too. So just remember that. It's nothing to be scared of with the letters where they say £1,000 fine. And also, the £1,000 fine's really rarely given out. I've only ever heard of it being given out twice. The average fine, even for people who have, you know, talked themselves into trouble by one of the people who knock on your door, the average fine is about 170 quid, which ain't far off the cost of a telly licence anyway, is it? So just remember, don't talk to these people and don't watch anything you shouldn't be watching. And you've got nothing to worry about at all. Nothing. Don't worry. Hi, it's me again, and I thought today I'd do something I haven't in one of the videos on here. I try and get through as many of your questions as I can, or just ignore them. Yeah, if they don't know who you are and you've never had a license before, just ignore them. Don't tell them anything. You'll get letters to your address, addressed to the occupier. You may even get a knock on the door from one of them. Ignore the letters, close the door in their face. Don't tell them your name. They don't need to know. You know, it's optional thing. You know, it's like taking out a Sky subscription. If you don't want a Sky subscription, you don't have to phone them up and tell them you don't want a Sky subscription, do you? So it's all right just to ignore them. Don't worry about it. Hi Chilli John, cancelled my licence by phone call after watching your YouTube vids, but now the licence has expired. Did not get a refund, but have had the letter about the visit. Do you advise to contact them again to remind them the licence is cancelled, as I only now watch streaming services? Kind regards, Leslie. Well, it's great that you're going to cancel your TV licence, Leslie, and he's right, it's not all about the money, is it? It's a political stance sometimes, that's why I choose to. I started off with iPlayer on there. Yeah, you can keep your Sky inspector, salesman, whatever they want to call themselves this week, knock on your door. I wouldn't go saying that. In fact, don't say anything to them. If you get a visit, close the door immediately. Don't say anything, because they could stitch you up for that. Even though you're perfectly within your rights to do it, they would stitch you up for that, and they'd make you buy a licence or get you a fine. They would. So just be careful. But yeah, get that cancelled, you know, as soon as you can, really. Had an email yesterday saying someone from TV licensing would call at my house at any scaremongering. Yeah, all the definitely turned up on that day. You just wouldn't answer the door that day, or you'd go out, go and see family or something. It was madness. So it is just scaremongering, yes, but they may still turn up at any time. And if they do, just close the door on them and don't say anything, don't sign anything. And they'll go away, go find some easier prey. They're just salespeople. Don't worry about it. Hi, handsome. Maybe that'll be something they'll do in the future. But yeah, it's a very fair point, and it makes no sense. So it must pee off, you know, ITV and Discovery Channel and Channel 4 and all the other broadcast channels, name one, that, you know, you need a TV licence to watch those channels as they're being shown, but they don't get any of the money from it. It all benefits the BBC. It's odd. It's an odd situation, isn't it? It doesn't make any sense, and it's unfair, not just to the other TV channels, but to us as well. Hopefully this will all go away in 2027 and we won't have to worry about it anymore. So I think that'll about do it for this one, won't it? I want to try and make these a bit more regularly because I like doing these. I mean, I don't get a load of views, but they do help people. I send the links to the people who ask me the questions, and if it's only them that watch it, it was worth doing because I gave some help out into the world, and that's what we're all here to do, isn't it? Now, if you have a question that you want to ask me, you'll find the link below. All the bump I put down there's loads of it. You'll find out how to email me. It's in there somewhere. Or just leave a comment on this video, and maybe your question will feature in the next video. So you go and do that, and I'll see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching. Hi, it's me again, and I'm back answering another of your TV license related questions. And today's question is, how can I watch TV without breaking the rules? Now, this is the most common question I get most of all. I get this hundreds of times a week, and it's dead simple to answer. Without a television license, you can't watch or record anything as it's being broadcast. Now, a lot of people think that means live TV, like it's happening right now. No, it means a live broadcast. Anything as it's being broadcast. So pausing it for 5 minutes, that's not a loophole because you were recording it as it was being broadcast. Watching a +1 channel, not a loophole, I'm very sorry, because although it's not, the broadcast from that channel, it's on a different channel, separate channel, and the show is being shown as it's being broadcast. It's a different channel. Just because it was on an hour ago on that channel doesn't change the fact that it's now on this channel. So the +1s, they're not a loophole. I'm sorry. And the other thing you can't do is watch BBC iPlayer. Otherwise, everything else is fair game. Everything else is fair game. You can still watch all the shows you would normally watch on 3, 4 and 5 through their catch-up services. You can watch Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, HBO One if you can get that, whatever. You can watch all of those things. The only thing I would say is be careful if you're in ITV Hub or the Channel 4 one, whatever it's called, 4OD, isn't it? Because you can watch things live on there. There's a button that says watch now. You can't do that, but you can stream everything on demand. You can even watch BBC stuff. So if you find BBC stuff on Netflix, fair game. It's on Netflix, you've paid for Netflix, that's fine. And if you do the BBC streaming service, that BritBox thing that they're in with Channel 3 and Channel 4, you can watch anything on there you like without a television license. I don't know why you'd want to pay for that, but if you choose to, that's up to you, isn't it? So hopefully that's answered your question. It's dead easy. Just can't watch anything that's been broadcast, and you can't use BBC iPlayer. Everything else is fair game. You want to watch the news? News is no problem at all. You can watch the 10 o'clock news on ITV Hub just after it's been shown. That's straight on there. Catch up on all the news on there. You can watch the BBC News clips through their app or on their website or on YouTube or Sky News on YouTube. You just can't use iPlayer to watch BBC News. That's it. Dead easy, isn't it? You can watch tons of stuff, and I don't know why more people don't do it. Broadcast TV's dying on its arse. Everyone streams everything now when they want. I can't imagine now going back to waiting for Thursday at 8 o'clock at night for my favourite show to come on, when I can just go bang, watch it whenever I want. Crazy, isn't it? And the more the world moves towards this way, the less chance they've got of selling any TV licence fees. Hey. So hopefully that's answered the question, and if anyone out there watching has got a question for me, you'll find the link below on how to ask me it, and maybe you'll get one of these little videos answering your question. So you go along and do that, and I will see you in another video again soon. Thank you for watching. Hi, it's me again, and I'm back here answering more of your TV licence questions, and today's question is, my TV licence has expired. How do I cancel so I won't have to renew? Thanks, Manjit. Well, Manjit, there's two ways you can look at this. So your licence has expired. You don't need to renew it. It's expired. You can just leave it at that. You don't have to tell them that you don't require a television licence. You don't have to tell them you don't want to renew your television licence. You can just leave it there and blank it. You don't have to contact them. Doing it this way, you are going to get letters. Probably quite a lot of letters. They're sending like 1 a month at the minute, maybe 2 a month to some houses. So you're going to get the letters, and they're going to be quite scary, telling you you've got 10 days to get correctly registered and all this. Doesn't matter. They're empty threats. They're just sales letters. You can bin them. You may even get a visit, from a TV licensed salesperson, goon, inspector, whatever you want to call them, but they are just salespeople. And they'll knock on your door and ask you why you don't have a licence, and you might want to buy one. If you're watching TV illegally, I'll get you a £1,000 fine, blah, blah, blah. Best way to deal with them is you open the door. Hello, who are you? Hello, I'm from TV licensing. Shut the door, done. They don't have any powers to enter your property or to do anything else, but by talking to them, you're only going to get yourself into trouble. This is what they do for a living. They're there to try and stitch you up, whether you're being legit or not in not having a television licence. The best way to deal with them is just have no contact with them at all. Do not talk to them. So that's the first way to deal with it. Now, the other way you can deal with it is the way I personally choose to deal with it, and that's telling them you don't need a licence through a no licence needed declaration. Now, there is a web form you can do this on, but it's a bit patchy. Doesn't always work. I don't think they want people using it anymore. I think it's just so many people cancelling their telly licences. I think they're making the form not work properly, so you have to call them. But don't be scared about calling them, because they are quite helpful. I haven't heard many complaints about the people on the other end of the phone at TV licensing. They've been all right. So you just need to make sure you know what you can watch and what you can't watch without a television license. So I'll put a link below for what you can watch without a television license, and that will let you know everything. But the basics are you can't watch any TV as it's being broadcast, so there's no proper TV channels anymore, and you can't use BBC iPlayer. But ITV Hub, All 4, Demand 5, Now TV, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney, all of that, no problem at all without a television license. Apparently, I reckon you can watch about 90% of the stuff you could watch anyway without a telly license, unless you watched a ton of BBC stuff. But don't forget, you can watch BBC stuff on like Netflix and that, and BritBox without a television license. It's only iPlayer where you can't watch it without a telly license. So I hope that helped, Manjit. And leave your comments below, and there's some other links down there, as I mentioned, that might help you. And if any of you out there watching have got any questions, send me them through, link below, and maybe I'll answer them in an upcoming video. Thanks for watching. Is it legal to own and use a TV without a TV license? Well, I'm going to answer that for you now. Now, this is one of the most common questions we get, either on the website here, tvlicensestop.co.uk, or on our YouTube channel, or on my personal YouTube channel, ChilliJonCarne. Maybe you've seen me on there. If you haven't, go and have a look. But we get this question a lot. It's if you own a TV, you have to have a TV license. And it's not true. I personally have a TV in every room of my house, apart from the toilet, but I'm working on that. Just got to persuade the missus. And it's not a problem. I haven't had a telly license for nearly 10 years now. The TV license isn't based on what equipment you have. It isn't based on if you own TVs or not. The TV license rules are based on what you use your TVs to do. So if you use your TVs to watch anything as it's being broadcast or to access BBC iPlayer, you do need a TV license. But if, like me, you don't watch anything as it's being broadcast and you don't use BBC iPlayer, you do not need a television license to use your TV. And you can still watch probably 90% of the stuff you'd watched anyway without a telly license. You can still watch all your stuff on ITV using ITV Hub. You can still watch all the Channel 4 stuff on All 4 or More 4, whatever it's called now, their streaming service. You still got all the Channel 5 stuff on my phone.